patiently. Oh,
Oh, we're
now
live.
it's on live.
We didn't have to wait long.
Yeah, I just had to wait for you to show up, Mel.
What? I've been here. You've been like BSing for like the past 5-10 minutes.
No, don't take this out on us.
Oh yeah, because you've never been late before, have you, Matt?
Depends on for what. See, that long pause was me trying to figure out a good comeback, and I just couldn't do it. My brain is so fucking addled lately, which is also why we haven't seen much content on CCS since the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that I was over in the UK, experiencing my first London terrorist attack, apparently.
Yay.
My Nat gets a text from my own mother, and she's like, "Are you guys okay?" And I'm like, "You should have wrote back and said Matt's dead."
Don't do that.
No,
You're
but
an evil son.
You have no idea.
An American was one of the people who ended up dying, though.
Yeah.
I think him and his wife, I think, went there for their 25th anniversary, and he was one of the victims.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big because Jacob and I are thinking about heading over to Europe on our 20-year anniversary. Oh dear.
No,
I hear Sweden's nice this time of year.
Okay, perfect.
Well, just especially if you want to, find a date.
Mel, do you not get that reference?
Oh, see, oh.
Sweden's
okay.
apparently the rape capital of the world now.
Oh, gosh.
Because of all the migrants.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But no, I went to Europe to go see my senpai, Raymond Watts Pig. I went to the concert with Nat. It was really, really awesome. I am still kind of like, it's really weird. So I fly over from Chicago to London, and fucking John Cusack is on the fucking airplane. And as we're getting all out of the airplane, I am like right behind John Cusack, and I'm like 10 feet away from him for like 30 minutes, just like walking out of the airport. And the weird thing about John Cusack is he like walks like a duck. But it was just really like surreal because like I was that close to John Cusack, I could hear him talking, I could see it was him. I'm like, God damn, I wanted to say, hey, 1408, but I think he was trying to get through without anyone really noticing him though. But everyone did. You're
a little stalker.
I honestly wasn't like even at all. What's the right word? Starstruck with John Cusack though. But the minute fucking Raymond Watts walked in. And just walks. Nat and I were like the first ones kind of in line, and holy shit, I was just like, I don't know. It's like a mentally deficient person meeting PewDiePie. It's starstruck.
I was just trying to count
for me.
I was just trying to count how many times you fucking name dropped John Cusack. It was like, yes, I was on the plane and John Cusack was there. And so I was 10 feet away from John Cusack and I was following John Cusack. And the thing about John Cusack is
he walks like a duck. And he does.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
But of course, the thing
Are you not gonna tell them about how we were sitting in the pub drinking with my dad and my dad's friend? And we had about an hour before we had to leave for the concert.
Yes, go ahead.
And then all of a sudden, we just turned to each other, and I said to Matt, "We have to go back to my house." And he went, "Why?" And I went, "Because we forgot the fucking tickets."
Oh my gosh!
So they drove us to the place. They drove us back to her grandparents' place where we were staying, and like practically flew us all the way back over to the railway station. We were just like running down streets trying to get to the place in time.
Oh my god!
Which we did.
We got there in time. Yes, we got there right when they're like, okay, are you guys here for the VIP? Come on in. And so we're standing there and we're kind of just BSing, and all of a sudden, motherfucking Raymond Watts just walks right in and he's like, oh, let's get this thing going. And Nat was like, I look like a 6-year-old meeting Mickey Mouse in Disneyland. I was like, Mickey!
It was magical.
Precious.
It was the thing about Raymond Watts meeting the guy and exchanging some information after he learned I was an editor. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Is he was extremely grateful for his fan base. I mean, I was shocked, really. I mean, it was really eye-opening. He sat and talked to Nat and I for like 20 minutes and talked to everybody else. He gave everybody like a shit ton of time and genuinely talked to people. Like he cared about what they said. You know, like one guy's like, hey, you know, I used to do drugs and that kind of thing, and he's like talking about, you know, addiction and stuff, and Nat and I are chatting him up, and it just felt genuine just meeting him. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, oh, you know, CCS has to do their wild cards again. Let's get this shit over with.
He was nice, but not insincere.
Wow.
Exactly. I mean, you know, I said, you know, I followed this stuff for 20 years, and he's like, oh wow, you're that guy. You're that one guy, and it's, you know, dry, deprecatory humor, and I love. But no, it was extremely. I don't know. When you meet your idol, and the idol's actually a genuinely cool dude, it's pretty eye opening. So the reason why I'm doing this particular wild cards, and as I said in Patreon, this is going to be one where you, the Patreon people, the people who are essentially our sponsors, are. I'm posing a question, and I want to kind of give everybody here who showed up so far a shout out on, you know, what do you do for, you know, personal projects? What drives you? What do you do to, you know, pass time, or what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to, you know, what do you want to do to succeed and, you know, be more than just a passive consumer who sits and watches television or listens to We Three Fuckheads?
Yeah, there's got to be more to you than this.
Exactly. So, you know, I'll start off really quick with you two ladies to kind of get the ball rolling. Let's start with Mel.
Oh no, don't start with Mel.
All right, I'm fine. We'll start with Nat.
Okay.
Nat, okay, so what do you do, and what's kind of your motivation for doing it?
Get rich or die trying.
Okay, that works.
But no, I think
the thing I just want to clarify right now is this is not participation ribbon shit. This is, you know, what do you do? What are your skills? What are you trying to improve on? So,
well, yeah, I think especially me and my brother, both of our goals have always been to get to a place where we'd be financially, you know, well off enough to be able to look after our own parents.
Well, your brother's already doing that.
Yeah.
In every sense of the word.
My brother's, for those of you who don't know, my brother's like not even 17 yet, and he's earning like $5,000 a month because he's got like 800,000 subscribers on YouTube.
And that's in British pounds. For US dollars, that's like $6,500 a month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rich assholes.
No,
Oh my
his
God.
YouTube channel has like 875,000 subscribers now, isn't it?
Something like that. He's making enough money every month to pay for my fucking year's worth of rent. His channel is Top Extract. He does like lists. Top
Clickbait.
10 lists. Yep, clickbait.
He's a clickbaiter.
He admits it's clickbait, but you know, it works for him. So
Well, no, I mean, the first time I met your brother and I learned what he did, I actually like toasted him because, I mean, he beat the system. He beat the 9-to-5 slog. He beat, you know, having to do something that you genuinely hate doing just to stay afloat. He's making money hand over fist. He's basically living the 4-hour work week. That the book where it's like, you know, if you can do something and you can do it anywhere and you can kind of like keep your expenses down depending on where you live, you can live a very, very comfortable life. Like Mel, for your art, it's something you don't necessarily have to live in like New York City for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can live in somewhere that's, you know, decent but also cost effective, and you can make money hand over fist just by saving money on that alone. Whether or not, you know, your husband can, but I mean, you get the idea. It's that kind of theory.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I don't know. I suppose so. I never really sat down and looked through my finances and added everything up to.
Well, yeah, you
how
don't
much
need to do
I
it
make a
now.
year.
I mean, we're not the fucking IRS here, so.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Although
tax
maybe
forms.
I do want to take a peek at this to see if you're overcharging us for this fucking artwork.
No,
every subscriber who subscribes for a month is one whole new avatar. So thanks, guys.
Mel actually doesn't do any of the drawings. It's her children. She runs like a sweatshop.
Well, she's already living the 4-hour work week. She's outsourcing.
Yeah, I know. See, right.
For people wanting to know, his Natalie's brother is Top Extract. You just gotta look him up on YouTube, and he's there. And admittedly, he even admits it's clickbait though. But what he did was he figured out that scientifically, people have an affinity for like top lists. 10 things you don't know about the chair you're sitting on right now, and you're like thinking, "Oh shit, is it gonna kill me?" And so you start watching it, and you start to speculate. Okay, what's the number one item? Is number one what I think it's going to be, and you end up watching the entire thing, which works in your favor for YouTube because the longer you keep a person watching, the higher you are in the ratings. But yeah, it was a pleasure meeting him, and I'm not exactly a clickbait guy, and luckily neither is he. It's just that it pays the bills, and he beat the system. So more
What bills? He doesn't have any fucking bills.
That's again, he's living the 4-hour work week.
He lives with my mum. He ain't got no fucking.
He doesn't have any bills. Everything he makes is fucking like, was it net or gross? Everything's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. So more power to the guy. Now, Nat, about you, what are you doing to compete with your brother? I mean, obviously, you gotta fight for your parents' admiration, right?
See, this is the thing, and this is something my dad was saying to you, is that throughout, like, when I was growing up, I was always the kid that got all the A's, and all the teachers were like, yeah, she's going to do really well when she's older, and she's going to do this and this, her grades are amazing. And Jimmy was kind of like the slacker who never really did anything. But now he's earning like $5,000 a month, and I'm just like, oh.
5,000 British pound again. That's like 6.5 American.
Yeah. Essentially, hopefully, I'd like to make my own gaming independent studio.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to college to do that, and you've already done some modest work on CCS, but you also have some other things coming down the pipe too. You and I and your friends have discussed a couple of different options, which I'm trying to get Mel on board on a couple of these because we could use some of our artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the course I'm doing, I'm not sure if it's worth $9,000 a year, but something that it is good for is it
networking.
Puts you in contact with great artists or great musicians or whatever. Actually, my the best artist I think in the group is my friend Reese, who's a pixel artist. He does very good pixel art.
Featured in Sargon too. Sargon of Akkad featured some of his stuff, and he apparently has a boner for Sargon's buddy,
Dr. Lehman.
That one, Dr. Lehman.
Yeah, they go back and forth on Twitter quite a bit, but
climbing the social ladder.
But the thing is with Reese though is that he never thinks his art's good enough. We've commissioned him for stuff before, and he just will not let me pay him.
Hey, that's. I'm not gonna say anything, but don't jeopardize this relationship. But I mean, like, so obviously you want to kind of break the mold, you want to break the wheel, and you want to, do game development, and you're on a track doing that by going to college and also networking, and I'm doing some stuff for us on the side. Even my company has talked about like bringing you on to do apps and game apps for anyone who wants them. So, So yeah, nice, very nice. Now, Mel, what are you doing to support your umpteen kids?
So I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm just doing all this as I go along. I really didn't make any plans or anything like that. When I first started, it was like when I was growing up, I always wanted to be either a professional artist or a firefighter. One of the two. And just things fell apart with school, and I ended up dropping out. Yes, the food. Your Mel is a high school dropout. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, because everyone knows you need amazing qualifications to be a firefighter, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you know the hypotenuse and the boiling point of certain things? I mean, it's not like you just run in there and risk your life and limb to haul people out. I mean, physical has nothing to do with being physical.
How can you be a firefighter if you don't know about the smooth endoplasmic reticulum?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, there we go. I was boned either way. But freaking. Then I got married first, and then I dropped out of high school because things just was not working out, and
Please tell me you were at least like.
Yeah, when did you get
18.
married?
I was 18.
I was
I got
12.
married, then I dropped out of junior high.
No. I turned 18. We got married, and I moved in.
My christening was also
husband.
my wedding.
Yeah. Jeez.
Mel, are you Mormon or Hindi?
I'm Mormon. Gosh dang it. Oh my gosh. But then I still went to school afterwards, but it just wasn't working out, and I eventually dropped out, and it was like, well, okay, well, now what? Because I recently got myself a DeviantArt account, but I had no way of making money off of my drawings. So I did everything.
CCS swooped in, and all of a sudden you gained notoriety. And then along came Five Nights at Freddy's, and people started paying you to draw dick pics.
There's more to the story, but thank you for cutting to the chase.
Go ahead, Mel. I'm just giving you shit.
Obviously. But no, I started doing my artwork for free, which really spread the word around, which I can't tell why. I'm looking at my old artwork right now, and it's terrible.
Wow,
Everybody's
it's
old stuff sucks.
almost like making things for free makes it more accessible and therefore gives you more notoriety and
Piracy.
wow.
Yarr. Yeah, exactly. And just for a long time, I just had like little small jobs, like janitorial work. Gosh dang it. And kids started coming along, and it was like, well, okay, well, I can't work anymore. I gotta stay home and take care of them.
Kids started showing up on your doorstep, and you were like, "Oh, fucking hell, you're
Gosh,
another
dang it.
one."
You made them do the janitor.
I was sweeping, and these little turds followed me home. Gosh dang it. Then
Go child labor force.
woo. And like for the longest time, it was only Jacob was supporting us, doing his carpentry work. Then it wasn't until, gosh, what was it? How long has it been? It was 6 years ago. I finally got myself a PayPal account. Then I started doing, commissions and actually getting paid for them. And it was small things here and there. For some odd reason, people started asking for less work for obvious reasons. And, it was fun at first, but then it just started getting all tedious because people started asking for less original stuff, draw my Sonic character, things like that. And just
Sonic you, do not steal.
Sonic.
So what other clients did you have besides Kenny?
Besides Kenny, it was just random people.
I think it was a joke about Sonic.
It was. No, it was just random people on DeviantArt who could actually afford, me to draw their work, or for me to draw what they wanted. And things really didn't pick up until you guys, came along saying, "Hey, we need an artist, and we need someone who's cheap enough."
It wasn't that. We liked your style. The minute everybody saw their avatars, it's like, oh wow, this is awesome. Because
Really?
I mean, the only thing we got before then was like literally traces of other things. I won't name Star's name, but like we went through a long period of trying to figure out like the look and style of CCS, and she's like, "I'm an artist," and it's like, "All right, we'll see what we can do." And then she basically traced a bunch of like Superman the animated series pictures and said, "Which one looks more like you?"
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, no, can we get a style that's kind of look closer to maybe like the gorillas? And then she traced all the gorillas and said, which one's you?
Oh, God.
And it's like, this isn't working out.
No. No, what? Mine was original.
Yes, and it was beautiful. Everybody kind of sent in their reference pictures and loved what we came up with.
Oh, thank you.
The process that you poor Patreon people in the $15 tier went through is the exact same thing that we went through.
You're suffering like they are.
Yep. It's one small step.
Yeah, and just ever since the CCS, it got to a point where it was like, okay, if I finally have like the determination to actually start improving my artwork, and actually
money helps.
Oh yeah, money helps. I'm actually getting more money in now to actually pay off like 2 to 3 bills, which is even like less money for Jacob to spend from what he earns at work, and it's doing so much wonders right now. It's amazing.
See, now you can buy whips to hit the children with to make them work faster.
Eat faster, damn it. Learn that Photoshop. Whoosh.
Huh? No, that's
Mommy.
me.
Mommy, Jacob's not moving anymore.
I don't care. Let's see. And it's just
You haven't eaten in 3 days. Well, then you gotta earn your food. Whoosh. Finish eating, you get a carrot. Whoosh.
oh gosh.
But I mean, like right now, you're sitting at about like what 6,000 followers on Tumblr, and you have a really good fan base. So
Yeah, I do.
yeah, and I'm not ribbing you on this one though. The Five Nights at Freddy thing kind of helped just because it kind of got you do excellent expressions of like facial expressions and body expressions, especially when someone's getting rogered up the ass by a giant mechanical bear.
No, I don't
I'm
do
joking.
that. You know that. Gosh,
I'm
dang it.
joking. That's just me taking a dig. But
There's kids in
no.
there.
Jesus Christ. So is that like beastie anthro robo necro pedophilia?
Pedophilia? Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus Christ.
At least the Springtrap, there's no pedo in there.
I mean, it's now that I kind of clarified it that way, it makes perfect sense why you have that many subscribers on Tumblr. You're covering all the bases.
Gosh, no. No,
Oh, man.
no, it was like it's 6,000 on my Five Nights at Freddy's, and recently I think I hit 5,000 on my main one. Yeah, it's climbing up. Well, mainly it's because I stopped doing stuff on like the Five Nights at Freddy's because I'm getting obsessed with other games, stuff like that. So, sorry, everybody. I will.
Hopefully this time there'll be good games.
Well,
I'm
what is
giving
a
you
good
shit.
game? What is you making fun of me for?
No, I'm giving you shit.
Yeah, 5,000. Yeah.
I'm more giving Five Nights at Freddy's a little bit of a ribbing. But you know what? As far as the Five Nights at Freddy's guy, I've always respected the fact that he managed to strike gold. He caught lightning in the bottle and he milked the fuck out of it. And that's not even a slam. He made something. He wasn't just like a bitcher like me. He made something, and he deserves everything he gets for it as far as like the monetary rewards. I kind of wish he'd start doing something a little bit different now, but if Michael Bay can make 12 Transformer fucking movies, and certainly there can be like 9 Five Nights at Freddy's. So
Yeah, there can be, but should there be?
Yeah, but the well will run dry, I guess. So
Well, I think he's mainly focusing on the events after Sister Location now, which is probably going to be the last game. Because Scott Cawthon announced that there will be no Five Nights at Freddy's 5.
didn't he say that earlier though? Like after 4?
Yeah, he said that before.
Yeah, but Sister Location isn't Five Nights at Freddy's. It's different.
Everybody's saying
It's like X-Men, then you got Deadpool. They're both from the same universe, but they're two different stories.
Oh, so now they're just going to have multi-universe type stuff. Okay. Okay, so yeah, there's not any more Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's Expanded Universe.
Cinematic
No, that's
universe.
FNAF World.
Oh, again, more respect for the guy for Five Nights at Freddy's World. He pulled it and he gave refunds because it wasn't what he wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Mucho respect to the guy. Mucho respect. So again, I don't hate the guy. I think that the premise is kind of weak, but if it works, more power to him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of jump scares. They scare me too much.
Okay, so guys, should we start bringing people in now? Because
Well, yeah, if you don't want to hear about me, then that's fine. Like, the less you know about me, the better.
Oh.
okay, we'll do you quickly, and then
You do me quickly.
yeah.
Oh well, we're all here.
Now, if only Raymond Watts said that to me, I probably would have died right there. I mean,
Me and Mel will tap in.
Nat, you kept on saying he was like my
Senpai.
No, you said it was like my hetero boy man crush or something like that. Is what you said? Yeah, you called him like my hetero man crush. I was like, fuck you.
Oh my gosh. Matt, gay foray confirmed.
Gay foray. Jesus. Hashtag LM gay foray. No.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh God. Eh. Thank you, Kahuna Drake. Anyways, yeah, less you guys know about me, the better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Kahuna Drake and I'm going to bring in Christina Phoenix at the same time because they've actually been reading two things. They've been reading some of my writing and they can rip my ass on it.
Poor souls.
And they've also, from what I understand, they've been working on. Mel, remember that Happy World Land idea from the Five Nights at Freddy's? Speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's, the Five Nights at Freddy's podcast that we did,
Yeah.
they're making that game.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're currently working on it.
Sweet.
So,
Can't wait for the House of Mirrors.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Your idea.
I know, and that's why I'm kind of starting to regret it, just because it's a little much.
Like, oh, wait a minute. It was just an idea. I didn't mean
That
it.
thing, man. Now you got to play the game that you designed. It's like, no, I really don't want to. That's fine.
That's okay. You can hide behind me while I play it.
All you hear is Jesus Christ, scared the shit out of me.
Oh, beautiful.
All right, I'm trying to find them in the long list of stuffs. Found Kahuna Drake, and you guys can keep on talking while I
What are
do
we
the
going to
work.
talk about?
You guys can keep on talking.
Well,
What in the hell are you saying?
lesbian sex is teamwork, isn't it?
Jeez. Sounds like Tim Curry and Rocky Horror.
Oh. I only see that movie once.
I got like halfway through and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Do you know what? My favorite character like died about 20 seconds after he's introduced.
Meatloaf.
So
No, Meatloaf. Yeah, you had a good song too.
yeah, it was literally like, oh, okay, finally a character I can get behind. And then the song ended and he died. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
They heard you and it was like,
You think that may have been intentional? All right, Christina Phoenix and Kahuna Drake, you two are added. But yeah, kind of the reason again I'm doing this is because I want to give everybody a shout out, and it's a new direction I'm going to take Wildcards in. Is if you donate to us on Patreon, if you become a sponsor, you are going to be heard. It won't be this. We're not going to necessarily take a vertical slice at the timeline and just post the best and funniest clips. We're just going to release the entire thing.
oh goodness.
And you guys can self-incriminate yourselves as much as you want. But it's just a way of kind of like showing thanks for being sponsors over the years. And I've been reading a lot of Scott Adams lately from his book, I can't remember the name of the freaking book.
How to fail at everything.
How to fail at everything and still manage to be on top or something like that. But anyway, the Dilbert guy has a philosophy, and what it is you start simple and then you automate. And I think that's one of the biggest problems CCS has had in the last several years is we've gotten way too fucking.
What?
All right.
What was that?
Which one of you bitches didn't take off your collar?
Oh shoot.
Hashtag
That's my chihuahua,
misogyny.
sorry.
Sure, she's all
It
straight.
smells chain.
The Real Housewives of ISIS. the Real Housewives of Utah.
Ah.
But anyways, just to simplify the process of Wildcards, we're just going to release the entire thing instead of trying to spend a ton of time just cutting out a segment. And it gives everybody a chance to, complain, talk, chat it up, chin wag, you name it. So enjoy, bitches. So speaking of, apologies to all the feminists who are just waiting for me to say something horrible so they can blog about it and say toxic masculinity, Kenny. And you two ladies have been busy little bees. Tell us what you've been working on, because genuinely it sounds interesting. And go.
That's the part where you guys talk. And
Well, where do we begin, Miss Phoenix? Where do we begin?
The
from
beginning.
the beginning. Oh, Jake's the only soda. I'll be waiting for it in the mail.
Well, maybe we should talk about how we met.
Okay.
Aww.
It was a warm, sunny day. The sun was setting in the distance.
She was wearing her beautiful sundress that flapped in the wind.
And she was reading Gertrude Stein.
Oh no, it's actually thanks to you guys that we met. So
Oh,
Yeah.
When's the wedding? and what's date?
Yeah.
honeymoon, cameras.
Live web shows.
sorry, unless Kahuna's hiding something from me, I don't think she's my type.
Oh, okay.
Hey, everyone took digs at me and Max, so you know.
We gotta take a jab somewhere.
Well, we all know that one of them did.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. But yeah. But
Kahuna actually reached out to me after the live stream where I first talked about me starting the project. And she was like, hey, you still doing that? Do you want a little help with it? And she came on and we completely redid it. And now we genuinely friends and
It
we do a
wasn't
lot of
good.
stuff
She
together.
tells you it's not good enough and you're still friends. Holy crap.
She didn't tell me it's not
Oh,
good
that's-
enough.
We redid it and then now we're still friends. I'm giving you crap. Go ahead.
Well, see, I was missing someone to bounce ideas off of. So I was just going off what I found scary, and she came in and added more to it.
It's amazing how that works. Because I mean, honestly, and I can't hear much of Kahuna. I don't know if her.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
There we go.
Okay, cool.
There we go. Just making sure.
Because we did a sound check earlier and I wasn't coming in right, so.
I didn't know if maybe a dog ran away with the microphone or something. So.
No.
A chihuahua running around with this gigantic microphone, twice the size of it. But anyways, yeah. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. It's been a long fucking day at work, so I'm sorry. I'm kind of out of it.
I felt the same way. Shit.
Yeah, I mean that's the worst thing. That's honestly the worst thing about like working during the day is when you get home and you actually have your free time, then it just fucking falls apart. You just want to do nothing.
You know what? I always experience the same thing. I'm telling Christina, I'm like, Christina, sometimes I'll just open up the computer to write or fucking program. I just fall asleep at the computer and the battery's dead. When I wake up, it's like 12 a.m. It's like, holy
Oh
shit.
gosh.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, I've another reason why I've been wanting to do this conversation is because what I've been doing is I've been going to bed extremely early, then wake up in the morning and get shit done, and then slog your way through work. So that seems to work really well.
Sure.
No, it does. I've actually been kicking ass on certain things. So.
Oh really? I want to
Yep.
kick ass one day.
Yeah, a lot of updates we've been getting.
Yep.
Yeah, I miss it.
You know, where are we going with the conversation? Because we kind of got distracted.
I guess we're leading more towards sleep, which sounds wonderful. I know I am. Matt was talking about how much energy he has now. Lucky bastard.
Yeah, I know.
Excuse me.
There's a promise of a 5-sum here. I'm thinking of it.
Guys, please check your privilege. It's like almost 3 a.m. where I am.
Check your privileges. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, how dare you live in London? Doxed.
Oh
Jeez.
no, who'd have thought that an English girl would be living in London? It's insane. We must alert the church elders.
Oh my gosh, no. Obanovich.
But anyways,
Yeah.
so you guys have been working on a project, and you guys have managed to find, I guess, each other in your towns. Something that I've tried to promote, at least through like CCS, the forums and whatnot, is getting people who may share, say, a similar interest, getting together, talking together, doing that kind of thing, and creating something awesome. Creating something, because I don't know, I've always had this really, really bad, I don't know, you spend 10 years in like a deep depression, and after a while, you just get sick and tired of the consumerist end of things. You just want to create, you want to break away, you want to, you start feeling like life is more important if you could actually, go out and do something to contribute, to create, instead of just, kick back and watch Key and Peele.
Oh, you want to add some to this world other than just move it along.
Yeah, and that's kind of been where I've been at for quite a while. My problem is it's always procrastination. I am a horrible procrastinator.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bad when there's like a deadline, but if there's no deadline, you know, I just kind of like fuck around.
It's like,
Well, I mean, the thing about I've been watching a lot of, and this is not exactly a plug though, but have you guys ever seen the Great Courses Plus?
no.
No.
$20 a month, and you can, you know, get like these college professor type DVD series about anything you want to know.
Oh, cool.
Cooking, Nietzsche, all the stuff I like. And there's actually one on how to hack your brain.
Ooh.
Because humans, like Scott Adams says, humans are basically wet robots. And what we do is we have these like preconditioned routines that we follow over and over and over again. And we have this like aversion to pain and things that, you know, make you feel bad, right? And that's basically what procrastination is sure, you know, like let's say I'm going to write. Oh, I dropped a hint about myself, but anyway, let's say you're going to write, you know, you get your computer up and you start, you know, organizing your desk, and you think, okay, maybe I'm going to go out and I'm going to make a cup of coffee and I'll be ready to write. And then you get up and, you know, and you turn on some music and you just keep on doing everything but what you need to fucking do.
Yes. Yeah.
And this course talks about like some ways to kind of fix your procrastination, and I found them extremely interesting, and I genuinely suggest taking a look at it.
Okay. Have you tried them out yet?
The what?
Have you tried them out yet? The ways to prevent procrastination.
Yeah.
Control it.
One way that
He hasn't got around to it yet. He's been busy procrastinating.
well,
Yeah.
true, but one thing you can do is take a big project and divide it into small bits that are easily doable. Like instead of writing 10 pages a day, write a paragraph and work up, you know, like, you know, the paragraph's not too much, and you just, you know, next day paragraph, and not a big deal. And you create a system out of it, not a goal, because as Scott Adams says, goals are for losers. It's like, you know, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, and then you get to 10 pounds. I was like, hey, I can have ice cream again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you gain back 15, right? And
Exactly.
a system in contrast is making a more permanent routine change, and these small changes add up, and that's the philosophy behind the book The Slight Edge, which I give a copy to Natalie.
Yeah, I was about to say that, wasn't it? If you set goals for yourself, then when you reach that goal, you become complacent and you it's like you almost let yourself slack.
Yes.
Whereas if you have a continual thing, you don't ever slack. You just constantly are like pushing yourself to that next milestone.
Absolutely. And that's exactly it. Whereas if you have a system, if you do something like, I'm going to take a walk around the block every day. Well, after a year, how many blocks have you walked? That's a shit ton of blocks. I mean, 365 blocks, seeing 366 on a leap year. And, you know, if you actually wrote a page a day instead of trying to write 10 pages every week, I mean, one of them is going to be a lot more sustainable. And sustainability is the point. And another interesting contradiction is and everything is about the human brain is nothing but contradiction. If you want to keep from procrastinating, spend 10 minutes doing absolutely nothing.
Oh.
Because what procrastination is you do everything but what you need to do. So if you actually sit for 10 minutes, no TV, no book, no nothing, and you just think about what you're going to do in the day, you're more apt to do it.
Huh.
So
I
again,
have to try those.
That's trying
well,
to.
and again, the Great Courses Plus, I love this service. You can watch as many courses as you want for $20 a month. I strongly suggest checking it out. And this one's just called like, I think it's like it has to do with like brain hacking, but it's like how to reprogram your mind, something along those lines. It's really easy to find, one of the top rated courses. But it's pretty interesting. Anyways, back to you ladies.
Anything?
Oh, besides thrashing my writing, what do you guys have been up to?
Well, I think now we're trying to push forward more with the game. So
That's
Christina has
awesome.
gotten a lot of music done. Like she sent me like fresh samples like a couple weeks ago, and they sound amazing. Oh my god!
Yeah, she sent some piano music for Indigo Man, and
Really?
I have yet to hear him. I've just been so bogged down with work, and I'm so sorry, but I will listen to him this weekend. I promise you.
I
You
want to
better.
listen to that.
No procrastination.
Mhm.
There's no rush, I promise.
No, I just like to try to set me a deadline. Say, you know, this weekend, do or die, and it'll get done.
Well,
'Cause
I will say you do need to give me time because they are really short samples samples. It's just basically what I can do. So
Mhm.
if you want an actual track from me, you'll have to give me notice.
Oh no, just samples are fine for now. You said you did like creepy piano, and that's almost perfect. So if we do creepy piano music with Mel's creepy art style, where it's like kind of like an innocent vibe, except you can do some really terrifying like tweaks, little.
I suggest going with one of the test things. They're more ambient.
Mhm.
They're more of like a creepy background, whereas the piano kind of is just too much.
Nice. So I'll definitely listen to them all, and I'll forward them to Nat and Mel.
Yeah, I love to hear those because music actually helps me visualize a little better.
I
About
can
the
send them to you,
surroundings and
Fubu, as soon as we're
Oh,
done
really?
here.
Yay,
Mhm.
okay. Sweet.
And
Sweetness.
then
Do you have my email address?
Do you want the Hotmail or the Gmail?
The Hotmail.
Okay.
It's Babukin.
I would say I talked to you
You're
before.
gonna get all these YouTube plebes.
I'm already getting them. Jeez.
and then she's been working on character design too, which was what you saw of the Mel
Yeah,
character.
I was wondering what that was. She drew this cool picture of a girl with like a pierced nose. I'm like, what is this? I'm thinking, what is this? And I read that it's supposed to be Mel. And I'm like, whoa.
Not
So-
this
Really?
smell.
No.
Oh,
There's a weird coincidence that 3 of our main characters have something to do with names of people from CCS, which I promise you, 100%.
wow.
Total
nothing to do with
Totally.
Matt was from a TV show.
Sure, probably friends.
Melanie was from a movie I was watching.
And,
Uh-huh.
and Max's last name was from a show about a collie, right, from the 50s. Lassie.
No, it's from a book. I can actually show you the pages. I had to convince Kahuna of that. Yeah, it's
Is this
Yeah.
the one written by that guy Mickey?
no.
For anyone who didn't get that reference, you'll have to look at previous wildcards. It's called The Shipping of Elements Cinemax.
Speaking of which, we're still waiting for that slash art.
Hunt him down for that because we haven't talked since February.
Since
Yeah.
we doxed him.
No, he got mad at me over something stupid. So
That happens.
Did
I
he
got
hack
glitter
your
on my
computer?
hands.
What?
I got glitter on my hands.
It's because you're fabulous.
it's because she just got off her job. Leave her alone.
Oh, thank you. No, I was like looking at my hands and they were like glittering.
Did you guys ever hear the story about the woman who wanted to freshen up before she had to go to her OBGYN, and her kid had like a wash rag, and she like wiped herself up, went over to her OBGYN for like checkup, and the doctor's like, "Oh wow, you really spruced up for me, didn't you?" And she goes home and she finds out it's the wash rag that her kid like spilt glitter all over.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Children.
So
Duke CT will bring you in a bit. We're since there's 2 of them here, we're gonna do the 20-minute thing. So, but I'm also genuinely interested in seeing more about what's going on with the game. Do you guys have screenshots or anything you can show us, or
Well,
you guys
not
can send us like a screenshot of the code, because that totally makes perfect sense.
Well-
Maybe to Natalie, but not to me.
I was gonna say, I told you before, I can't really show you anything about the actual game because right now it's just a basic blank template with functionality.
yeah.
Like there's the stamina, the flashlight, and everything work. It's just it doesn't look like anything.
Gotcha. You're programming the guts instead of the.
I'm working on models next week. I have to wait for some updates to come through, and I'm just not going to deal with it this week.
What programs are you using? Do you say using the Unreal Engine?
Yes.
Yeah.
And for the art, you do it using like Blender or Maya or
We're
3Max?
using Blender because it's
yeah.
like 3D modeling free.
I had to use Blender for when was it? My college, which isn't college in the American sense, but college in the English sense, which is the stage before university, which is your version of college. But
Oh.
I had to use that. And honestly, I started off really shit and then I got really good at it. And then I just started getting proud over the stupidest things. Like I made a TV and I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And it's just like, it's a TV.
Your TV has 5 legs and 2 screens.
Listen, yeah, don't be slagging off my TV. My TV was beautiful.
Yeah. Proud of her baby.
That's just the nature of it, because you just work at something. Like I know, like just programming certain things, like flashlight, main menu, and stuff like that. It's a good feeling of accomplishment, even though it's not really that big of a deal. It's like you finish something. It's like, hey.
Well, oddly enough, that's another thing that was in that great course thing. I don't want to derail this more than I have to, though. But they say if you want to actually finish a project, don't tell anyone you're doing it, because it's just like dieting.
Oh.
Like remember Penn Jillette's book, Nat, the one I was following, where it said,
Presto.
don't tell anybody that you're dieting.
Yeah,
Because
because
what
they don't want
happens-
to get involved.
Well, not only that though, but what happens is let's say you're doing a diet and you're like the 3rd day in, right? And you really lost like a pound, nothing really huge. And you start telling people you're on a diet and people are like, good job. You go, you're looking better already. You're more apt to quit because you're already getting that reward. You're already getting that reward stimulation from people.
Yeah, I didn't like. We're not trying to go behind people's backs or anything, but we're not really that interested or comfortable with telling people we're working on it.
Mhm.
Even though a lot of people know about it now, they're kind of excited that it's being done. It's just kind of like, yeah, the whole thing is just like they want to get involved and stuff like that, which is fine. We just haven't got to that part yet. Like people have been asking for voice acting roles and stuff. It's like, we're just trying to see what we can actually do with just the 2 of us
Well,
and see how much we can get down. Yeah. Before we started bringing everybody else in, and just it kind of helps with planning different tasks and stuff, because before you really get started on the real game, you have to really know like what you need and who you need it from.
Did you do a game design document?
Hmm?
A game design document?
Yeah.
Sweet. Do you have that we could see?
We have a lot of different documents on Drive. It's like all spread out. Just different stuff like topics like music, stuff we need to program. I don't really think we have like a timetable set up. Like a lot of stuff that happened in my personal life set me back, but I'm happy because I actually custom built my first PC like last week. So that's been really helpful with getting programming done, because I was programming off a MacBook running Unreal, and that just rapes my MacBook. And it just would break. So I'm like, okay, I got to actually get like a Windows machine now.
Did you name your MacBook Sweden?
I should have just like hang and stuff, but now I actually have like a pretty good solid PC down, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Look at this. Look at this. Feast your eyes on my TV that I was so proud of making. This was like 2 years ago or something like that.
Wow, that's nice.
Buddy. You should be proud of that.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
I called it Stevie.
Stevie.
Stevie the TV.
Oh, you're precious.
Oh, where's that eject button Max like to use?
No.
Don't you dare.
I can't say much because I haven't finished like my thing I was going to do, like a dog or something. It's like started last year, never finished it. I'll get to it though.
Oh.
And then what else we got? We got a script, kind of like the beginning of it, to where we actually start the game.
Yeah.
It kind of gives like a little bit of backstory, and then we got character sheets down. We got backstories, personalities, how they look and stuff like that. So I think that's what she's been working on, is trying to get the character designs down.
Characters that are obviously not us.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I was
there's-
like, you know
there's
that's the real
Pat.
name, huh?
There's Pat and there's Drax and Chell.
Mm-hmm.
Totally not derivative.
They're the more gritty version of us.
Well, they're supposed to be young. They're supposed to be like 6 or something, trapped in a creepy. Unless you guys change the story, but
The main
Yeah.
player is he's 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody else is pretty like late teens, kind of. Because I think Matt's the oldest. He's probably like 18, 19.
Wow, Matt, you're on in years, aren't you?
I know.
You're oh.
I'll have my midlife crisis pretty soon. My existential crisis. You know, I'll be like,
gosh.
I'm just out of high school and I haven't done anything with my life. Which oddly enough sounds extremely familiar.
Oh jeez.
I'm still in college and I don't know what the fuck's going on. What
Mine's
am I
less-
gonna do?
Mine's less of a crisis and more of just a nuclear meltdown.
I'm just going with it.
Honestly, if it wasn't for my brother making all that money, I'd probably be like kicked out of my place right now and on the
Aw.
streets. And all because my mum thought it'd be a good idea for me to live on campus. For,
Oh jeez.
I pay more rent for my teeny tiny little room, and Matt will attest it's tiny because he's seen it,
It's
right?
the size of a pizza wedge.
Right.
Oh gosh.
It's a tiny fucking room, and I pay the rent I pay a month for that is the same that Matt pays for his entire fucking house.
Yes.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Her rent is essentially my mortgage.
Reminds me of the college I went to. It's like renting an apartment is cheaper than fucking getting a room on campus. It's like, Jesus Christ,
I
people.
think it's true. Yeah, it would be.
I wouldn't know.
Well, you know what, Mel? In all honesty, I think that the entire college education system kind of sucks. I mean, I think,
Well, I
that-
believe that.
and Duke CT, I've already sent you an invite, so jump in if you can.
Well,
But,
everything that you could, most of the things you can learn, you can do online or in a library. You really
That-
should only,
yes,
you really should only go to university if you need, a certificate saying that you that you can practice something. So if you want to be a doctor or whatever, and you need that certificate saying that you are licensed to practice medicine.
yeah, exactly.
But otherwise, it's better to show that you can do stuff
yeah,
and
demonstrate that you have the skills versus
get ahead of the curve, get a job, build up experience while these people are wasting $9,000 a year on an education where they're being indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I decided, like, I'm not going to do any fucking thing after my master's degree, and I got that done, so
Hello.
I'm good.
holy crap.
Yes,
Hello.
random black man here.
Excuse her, Charles. She's from Utah.
Oh gosh, no.
Hey, they
I
are
mean-
black people in Utah. I mean, they mostly play
Sure.
for the Utah Jazz, but they probably have seen a couple of them.
Yeah, I
There's a
have.
couple in her sweatshop.
Oh
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh.
Ah, man,
Funny.
this is interesting. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up?
Oh, I am doing pretty well. In fact, I'm just posting up my little podcast. I just finished editing for the Duke City Lounge. It was a preview for this year's WrestleMania and the NXT Takeover with some other guests and such. That's what I usually do. Like, I actually had trouble getting it up the past couple weeks because Skype wasn't working. I was like, God dang it, because I like doing the live show on TalkShoe, and the TalkShoe, really nice people. They actually care about my podcast and everything. And I'm happy for that. But sometimes Skype just, they just screw up everything. Skype because screws things up for the
Oh,
most
yeah.
part.
Have you ever tried Discourse?
Discord, but I haven't found anything that can connect to TalkShoe yet. So when I can find a way to do that, I will be using definitely be using Discord. Anyway, I'm just posting the video of it on another website I'm featured in. So that sort of thing.
Plug
So
away.
yeah, I'm actually trying to, again, since y'all talking about to sell yourself, like what drives yourself or anything else. One thing that keeps me, what the goal I want is not just to be like a writer, which I love to do. I love sitting, because once I get into that writing mode, I can just sit and write for hours and hours on end.
Mhm.
And it's just so, where I get that creative juice. But also I like talking, as you well know.
Oh, do tell us more. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
I never would have
love-
guessed.
I love to talk. That's why I love doing podcasts. I like to talk to you guys. Also love the podcast. We everyone else on the Kahuna Drake and everyone else trying to set things up here. The is it Streamcast, from or whatever thing we're gonna name it. With the people who try to get our stuff into former CCS fan streams. We're trying to get a new name and try to set up a YouTube type of thing so we can actually build it up ourselves and
Oh.
everything.
We're not good enough for you guys. I see how it is.
We're trying to build something like really good because I think we could really have some good ideas, because the next one we're going to be talking about is anime and in movies and such, since Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's decent. It's at 50% at Rotten Tomatoes, so
That's not
No,
decent.
no. To be fair, 50% is, well, in some places passing,
Oh.
or is it 60 or 70? Well, it's at least it's above 40%.
It's beating the DC comic movies, right, Duke?
Just because y'all don't understand greatness doesn't mean
Listen,
yeah,
Josh Sweden is going to be directing Batgirl, so
yes.
be expecting.
This is like Monday Night Wars type stuff tied it back to pro wrestling and such. It is a coup. Like they took him from Marvel, and now he's going to be writing, directing, and producing Batgirl, which he was originally going to do Wonder Woman. People wanted to do Wonder Woman, but I think this could be something really good and interesting if they could just restrain him a bit and let him have a chance to breathe. Because
Cut out all of the SJW shit that he's probably going to put in there.
I think he's probably done with them since they just kicked him off on Twitter.
Really?
Again?
No. When he did it the first time, after Age of Ultron.
No, Joss Whedon doubled down and came back.
He's doubling down. Great.
Yep.
Crap. But you know what? Fine. I just hope it's not going to be too terrible. I mean, can't get any. I honestly think Suicide Squad, while I did enjoy it, hopefully will be the low point of the DC movie universe. I mean, I think Wonder Woman looking pretty good, and the Justice League trailer, a lot of people seem to be positive on that. I mean, heck, even James Gunn, seemed to really like it.
See, you say that Suicide Squad, you hope it would be the low point, but honestly, as much as I hated it, I kind of preferred it to Batman v Superman, because at least it was interesting to look at.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, and the soundtrack was pretty good.
Well, I mean, you can't really. The soundtrack was just a bunch of already good songs. They just stole. It's not like there's anything
But-
original in there.
Hey, soundtracks can make or break a thing. And besides, Batman v Superman soundtrack was pretty good. I need to get it, by the way. The orchestral stuff is really good. And quite honestly, I actually like that soundtrack for most of the heck, I'll take that for only that soundtrack is much better than most of the MCU soundtracks. Other than Guardians of the Galaxy, there hasn't been one epic soundtrack in like anything that type of something that deserves for these.
Iron Man.
That was just one. Iron Man's generic, Avengers generic. The only thing other than Guardians of the Galaxy was Captain America: Winter Soldier.
But
That soundtrack was
Iron
really
Maiden.
good.
But Iron Maiden, though.
That was
Iron
just one thing. That's it. You gotta admit though, the soundtracks of the Avengers, it's just way too generic, and it's just so sad. I'm like, they deserve better. I mean, when I think of superheroes, you think like the dark epic thing of Batman or Superman, the epic themes of Superman. And what did the Avengers get? Something they felt like they got from like YouTube Music or something. They just like dragged it from there and just said, done. That's it. Just put that in the Avengers soundtrack and a movie and everything.
I still can't believe, though. I'm pissed off that Suicide Squad got an Oscar for best makeup. Like, really?
Oh,
Oh,
well,
really?
hey,
Best makeup?
yeah.
Best booty shorts.
There we go. That's the
You got
makeup.
an Oscar for some fucking smudged mascara? Are you for real? Like,
No. That was for Killer Croc.
But did you not see the other movies, their special effects? Like the fucking aliens and shit?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh, like say Star Trek Beyond.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Did
The
you
make-
see it actually?
That wasn't.
Did
They weren't judging it by the movie itself. They were judging by the creativity and the makeup that they put on the
And
characters.
not only that, but people Why? Like, how many people you see like in cosplay or people who like talk about like Suicide Squad? They actually are looking at them saying, "Wow." People reference Suicide Squad because of like how Harley Quinn looks, how the costume designs these the other characters are.
Because they're easy to mimic.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
People
the-
talk about it. Heck, people still talk about Suicide Squad.
yeah, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. A lot of girls just dressed as Harley Quinn as an excuse to dress as a slut.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, there's a lot of
that
other
is-
characters dressed as sluts, though.
I mean, I know I'm one to talk, but
Yeah, same here.
And
No,
for
you-
some
you- you
feminists,
ne- you guys-
like,
you guys have
well,
never
why
seen-
are you saying that? That's slut shaming. They'll say,
I was gonna say you guys have never seen Natalie's Facebook profile.
I have.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
let me.
I
find it.
want to look at it without going on Facebook because
Let me-
I'm
I'll-
boycotting Facebook.
I'll get it.
Yay!
what does Facebook do now?
I don't know, just freaking bunch of stupid stuff. Like, Like if I post on my artwork, someone will steal it and make it their own, and Facebook will do nothing about it.
Huh?
That's
Yeah.
Not even like a copyright claim.
Nope,
Well,
Well, don't post your stuff on Facebook.
I don't. Facebook was useless to
That's
me.
why I put my, I don't know, I'm surprised no one has did that to my videos yet.
No, not yet.
Then again, I may not be as interesting. Gosh, because oh Lord, oh man, I've been actually busy. I've been procrastinating.
Oh, we got a remedy for that.
Here you go, Mel.
Actually, the reason why I've been procrastinating on my videos and such is
Damn!
let's see.
Sorry.
That looks good. 10 out of 10.
That looks good.
Arkham games, right?
Yep.
That looks great. Anyway, let's see. Before I was distracted, I was actually,
distracted and rightfully so.
yes.
Just
I was being procrastinating because I promised to do a review for a friend of mine, Rowdy C, and I'm gonna get to it this weekend. But I've been busy playing Mass Effect Andromeda on my PC.
Holy
how's that?
shit! Fucking hell.
Well, there's some things I like about it. There's some things I don't like about it. People say, "Oh, the diversity." I'm like, fine. You want the diversity there? It's fine. Even though there's like this woman who's supposed to be trans, basically just blatant out just says, "Yeah, I'm basically trans, and I used to be a guy in the Milky Way galaxy, but now I'm a girl in this Andromeda galaxy," with
It's
no type
fucking-
of subtlety at all.
It's fucking ridiculous how they're complaining about diversity in a game that has fucking aliens from all kinds of species that you can fuck any
You
one
can
of them.
fuck
you
all
want.
these species.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't care. Personally, I'm still mad you can't play as any aliens other than the boring humans. I can't stand that. But honestly, the game is not. It's not fully cooked. It's still. Have y'all at least saw the memes and the animations yet? Mass Effect.
Oh
Andromeda?
yeah, it's fucking terrible. It's the stupidest face. Do you watch video game Donkey?
Oh no, but I have
did-
the game.
He did a video on this, and he said that when you get a game and you do the create a character mode, and sometimes you just try and create the stupidest character you can. He said he could not actually make a character that looked stupider than the default character.
Damn. That is, that's not really a shock. But honestly, the animations, the writing, this like, oh, I'm sorry, my face is tired. I'm like, who talks like that? I know
Yeah.
it's a game set in the future. I get that, but and you want to express that she is frustrated, she is worn out. This person is worn out as being a leader and such. But holy crap, it's a terrible written game. It's what I've seen, and one of the best parts is during my play sessions with the game, it crashed on me. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4, but 5 times in a row. 5 times
Well, not only that, but isn't the caliber of actors like gone down a lot? Like in the past games, you had like Carrie-Anne Moss and Michael Sheen, was it? And all these great actors, and then who you got in this one? Just a bunch of nobodies.
No, you had Clancy Brown for like a minute.
Oh well, excuse me, Clancy Brown. I had to think for a second who that was. I genuinely.
Oh,
like...
the Clancy Brown, the Kurgan, also Lex Luthor. Seriously.
Okay, that's a name I know.
Clancy Brown is the bad cop on Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. He is a really good character actor. And I'm like, why can't I play him? Why can't I play as Clancy Brown? What's wrong with that? You know, instead I get to play as like his estranged son or daughter, who honestly looks like, you know, the daughter looks like she felt like she got hit with the, you know, fell down from an ugly tree and just got hit every single branch. Not only hit every branch, but fell face first into the rocks below. Just
the ugly rocks.
Oh, yes. I'm like, her face is bloated. She had the bill. I'm like, the guy looks fine. It looks decent. The dude's fine, but the lady's there. Ooh.
Well, gee, I wonder if they're not trying to appease a certain demographic.
Yeah.
You know.
And I pre-ordered the game.
Jeez.
That's why you never pre-order video games.
Yeah, I always try to do at least one pre-order a year, at least one.
Why would you willingly fuck yourself once a year?
Hey, to be fair, I have gotten some good pre-orders. I pre-ordered Paper Mario Color Splash for the Wii U, and it was fun and exciting. And I have a review on it. That's my season premiere. You know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But of my show, Last Viewer Standing, it was a fun thing. I also pre-ordered. What else did I pre-ordered? Yeah, let's see.
Well, after you figure out what you pre-ordered, go back to your Last Viewer Standing.
Oh yes, Last Viewer Standing, my review series, my show that I basically, you know, a very, very low rent version of the Nostalgia Critic / all the people who just point and make fun of the cut scenes and everything, you know, that sort of thing. I do it because it's like good for my editing skills, and I feel like I'm getting somewhat better at it. But I think I need to probably get a better camera soon. I'm gonna try to get one. I found one actually. One camera with a good shotgun microphone on it for $160. So I might get that one next month, or maybe, you know, later on. So it's like it's actually goes up from 720 to 1080p. So nice little upgrade, so I don't have to downgrade everything.
Well, here's a question though. I mean, like, what kind of got you into doing the reviews and YouTube? I mean, a lot of people join YouTube for different reasons. What's your draw?
Well, I went to YouTube way back in 2006 to 7, 8 to watch music videos. That was all where all the music videos were. I just said, I didn't make any. Yeah,
he's one of those Vivo guys.
No, this was before Vivo. This was before
dude.
that. And I actually did videos doing like wrestling. You know, that's where the whole YouTube wrestling community came from. I watched some of this content, and I said, well, let me try my hand at it. I put videos at least once a month. And I started doing more of them. People started to like them. I did some movie reviews on top of that, and people seemed to like that too. And I was like, you know, I'll try to do something like. Then I saw what the AVGM was doing, and then I saw you know, James Wolfe was doing. I saw what Doug Walker was doing, and I'm like, you know, no one in pro wrestling was doing anything like this, and I threw my hat in the ring when I first got my webcam, which I still own, by the way. This Logitech webcam, and I just started.
I was going to ask exactly what did AVGN and Nostalgia Critic actually do, but I'm just giving them shit. So
yeah, I started doing it, and I started do my pay-per-view reviews, and they are they're horribly cringeworthy. I didn't write.
Videos are.
I didn't write. I just went off and I just rambled for 40, 50 minutes. And
Well, I think everyone feels that way about their first videos because they have
gosh,
it's
yeah.
the first time they've done it and they haven't.
Have you seen the first CCS video podcast? It's atrocious.
oh,
Have you seen the first JonTron?
yeah, we've all the first I've seen this. I mean, it's just like there's so many people who have like great first and some people who don't have great ones. I was like, oh boy. And I got better as the years went on. I actually went and actually scripted the stuff, and I started to really, get into what I need to get, my thoughts, and actually start writing scripts and so on. And I become a lot more organized, and then next thing you know, people start watching this content. They start liking it more. And I've dropped it just doing pay-per-views, wrestling pay-per-views, and I went with Last Reviewer Standing, a knock at the wrestling stipulation, the pro wrestling stipulation of last man standing matches, because whatever, I'm not really original, but
Oh, okay.
and I used that because whatever my tagline was, whatever good, bad, or any type of media comes in my way, I will stand tall because I am the top reviewer who could take on anything, whether it's good, bad, or whatever. And that was my first type
including
of
DC.
Damn it.
Right. So
Gotta
okay.
slip that in there. Gosh dang it.
So if somebody just goes to YouTube and types in the Duke CT Lounge, or how do they find you?
Podcast? Oh, well, just type in Duke CT Lounge, or just type in Duke CT, or just just put a YouTube Duke CT right there, and bam, you usually can find me. And by the way, funny enough, the Duke CT Lounge podcast actually started, that thing has been probably my most consistent thing I've used to put my thoughts, ideas online, actually. It was my most consistent. I started way back in 2010, and I used Blog Talk Radio to put my stuff out there, calling people on the phone. And I'm like, oh man, wasting so many minutes using the phone to do my radio show, which that's what the process is. Then I got used Skype and talked to people, and people are like, wow, they really like the type of stuff I did. And hello, random person. With the camera. Oh, hello, Luke. But anyway, and
Luke and Duke.
yes, but
Luke and Duke make me want to puke. I'm sorry. I'm joking.
But,
Well, I haven't heard that since elementary school.
Blast from the past, baby.
Yeah. The one thing I always loved doing, like I said, talking and putting, trying to make it seem more professional, and I feel like I've done that. And for the past couple of years, and I built up that audience, and it got me to meet really cool people from from other podcasters to like the Three Black Geeks to you should listen to their podcast. They're really fun. I honestly did not think if I never did a podcast or go to conventions like MagFest, I probably never met these people. They're fun and exciting, and oh my goodness. We the last thing I did with them was take down the whole Terminator franchise.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yes. Oh. And by the way,
for that, then.
I'll give you a link if you don't want to listen to it. Oh gosh.
I was gonna say something, but I won't.
Oh yes. From Terminator, I actually, funny enough, I started when you was doing the Matrix podcast, and they said the people liked it so much they wanted me back. Because they said, wow, they said, man, they told me, like, man, you have this weird connection to make every time, you do this type of stuff, you have this, like, these funny moments you can just snap in and just put them right there to make the podcast much more like, something that connects to people.
No, seriously, guys, DC movies are awesome. LOL.
Yes.
I'm joking.
I always, and I like I said, in fact, they invited me on Suicide Squad podcast. And I defended that movie too. and let me tell you, it was fun, but then again, I think almost everyone just basically like said, I convinced at least one or two people, but everyone else basically said no. But that's what it is. I keep climbing and everything, And honestly, the one thing I love doing, video podcasting, videos, or doing podcasts, is doing crossovers and such.
Ooh, those are
Is-
fun.
Oh yes, and everyone who I've done crossovers with, even the ones I don't think I did a good job, and they say the experience is always fun, because I always when I do a crossover, I always want to make it seem like a good conversation with two people having like a discussion or a disagreement, and with some nasty or unfilthy joke between us and such. Which honestly, that's what I always like to do. So. That's why I came over.
You should introduce them to Jackbox.
Oh yes, they have played many a Jackbox. Oh, it's so much fun.
Awesome.
Well, that's something worth looking into then. But anyways, we gotta get to Luke. So thank you, Duke. On the Luke.
No problem. I had to upload more stuff, and
Okay.
gosh, and actually, the next thing I got to do is actually look at Camp WWE for this next thing I have to do. Remember, because it's an animated program that reminds. If you remember the show Brickleberry,
Oh,
Yeah.
barely.
it's like that, but it's worse.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm gonna be looking at for a friend of mine. I think Rowdy C.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next review I'm gonna be doing. That's gonna break me. I
I realized. I realized halfway through the conversation is I know where I recognize the name Clancy Brown now. He's actually the voice actor of Mr. Krabs in SpongeBob.
I love Mr. Krabs.
All right, Duke, you're staying. Nat, you're going. Unless you send us more pictures
I
of
gotta
you. And
go anyway. So thanks for letting me on. And if y'all want to contact me, I'm right here, man. Just that's what you gotta do. I'll be here, ranting and raving, and defending DC movies.
That's fine.
All right.
he's fighting
Peace.
the uphill battle. Later, dude.
Yeah.
Take care.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Luke V.
What's up?
No, I first. I have a phobia towards everyone. Gosh dang. It's called being antisocial
Yeah.
and social anxiety in general. Oh my
So,
gosh.
quick question, Mel. When people show up in the chat, do you recognize them better by their avatars or their picture that you drew the avatar of?
The picture that I drew.
Liar.
What? It's like, oh, hey, I did this picture for that person. Okay.
Oh, it's client number 4.
No.
She just has a ticket booth. She just has a ticket booth outside her, her office.
What office?
Oh, your bedroom then.
It's the
But
corner.
I was gonna say bedroom, but that has a horrible connotation.
No, my computer. My office is like the corner of the front room.
Where the chain can reach.
Yeah,
Where the chain can extend from the kitchen.
exactly.
Oh,
What
you
do
know
guys
what?
What?
You know what? When Matt was in London, we were eating dinner at my parents' house, and Gladiators came on. You know that old
Oh
show.
my gosh, that's
Yeah.
still showing over there.
Well, it's like reruns. But it was like international ones, so they had like the gladiators in all the countries that they do it, and they all came together and had one big like face off. And the fucking one of the final things was there was 2 women, right, and there's really tight leotards,
Ooh,
and they were they were
Go
riding on these. They had like these giant Q-tips, and they were on mechanical balls, and they had to like and the
Joust.
balls. Yeah, the balls were spinning around, and they had to joust them each other off of it. And I was like, I wonder why the men watch this.
No, because some of the women in there are kind of scary. I mean, they look like they're roided up. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's for sure. They like barely have any strength on them as it is.
I mean, here you have like a woman who looks like she's probably in pretty good shape for like like a triathlete against a woman who's like growing a beard.
Then that's probably not a woman.
Here we have Janet Green versus Laser. my name's Jade. And it's like, whoa.
Did you hear about this transgender did you hear about this transgender athlete? Right, it was a guy, and then he transformed into a woman, and he entered into the women's race and won. And
This is a Bill Burr joke.
no, this is for real. I'm telling you.
No. I mean, it's true, but Bill Burr called this about like 5 years ago. He's like, okay, you know, whatever you think about like trans athletes, you can't have like trans MMA fighters because that's a dickless dude beating the shit out of a woman.
Yeah.
He's just beating her over the head with his discarded cut off dick. He finished like 40th in the league, and all of a sudden he like cuts his dick off, and he's like he's fucking number 1 in the league. Jesus Christ, I love Bill Burr.
God.
I mean, it does raise questions though. I mean, if a guy is kind of like a mediocre athlete and he just like does a gender change and becomes like a female athlete.
This is like that Futurama episode where Bender becomes a woman.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
Wow.
I don't watch much Futurama, sorry guys.
I mean,
It's a great episode. It's all about female privilege, and
Yep. But Natalie, we're living in the future now. The future is here.
it's the current year.
I know. In the year. Anyways, Luke V, before we completely steal all your time again. So question: what do you do, and why do you do it?
Oh.
Why?
And you cannot talk about masturbation.
Explain yourself, Luke.
Fair enough. All right.
Not to say
So for like 6 months, I've been editing a channel
Awesome.
called the Triple V Show, and mostly we did music mashups. But for the last couple months, we've done kind of Pokemon puppet skits.
Pokemon!
All right, I need that eject button again.
No!
Yeah.
Stay!
And it's been a lot of fun. They've been getting more and more offensive as we've gone. Now all we need are some viewers.
Well, we hit a pretty steady 22,000 now. 22,111 last time I saw, until they heard me reciting that Bill Burr joke, and now it's going to drop back down to the 20,000s.
Yeah, how dare you? Gosh dang it.
I know. How dare I repeat a joke?
At least half of those are dead subscribers, and you know it.
Yep, they're just kind of, thinning out the herd. Callings. But anyways, go ahead. I mean, so it seems like YouTube is obviously a running thing. Duke CT and us and you. And so what is what's the allure of YouTube for a creator?
Well, mostly. That's a tough one. It's
Just kind of winging it.
that everybody's on. I mean, if there was a competing video platform that was just as good, I'd probably be posting on there instead.
Oh yeah, well that's right around the corner with all these new YouTube changes. So
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we actually had we were going to open up a new Minds account.
but isn't Minds more like Facebook and Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's where a lot of people are going now, just because they're getting sick of Facebook's.
Yeah, well, social media has just gotten so fucking restrictive. I mean,
I think it's good video compression. Yeah. That's what sets YouTube apart.
well, in fact, the video service just really isn't all that profitable. YouTube, if it didn't have Google backing it, it would have been dead quite a while ago. Just because it's a losing proposition. You don't make any money off of it, really. Google's losing millions a year. So
Really?
it's really hard to. Well, I mean, you have millions of people uploading millions of videos every day, practically, and it's a service that is just unsustainable as it currently is, which is why they're also bending over backwards for the corporations who are the sponsors, saying we're not going to do any YouTube sponsoring unless you basically fuck over the alternative media on YouTube. So
Well, they're right. I mean, I'm very business oriented, so I always take their side.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think of like a question to ask.
Oh,
Well, first of all, how do you find your channel, Luke V?
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
okay. Search Poca Politics. It should be one
Oh
of
God!
the.
Please tell me you have like a Trump that looks like a Hypnos.
I'm gonna do that, man.
I mean, have the yellow comb over and everything.
Jeez.
No,
What he does to hypnotize other Pokemon is he just repeats the same thing like 3 times in a row with his fingers, like doing that OK sign. You're gonna love it. It's great. It's great. It'll be great. You'll love it.
they'll be the best.
It'll be the best. Now I'm trying. Would Hillary Clinton be Gengar because of that permanent smile and the fact that she's dead inside?
Oh, I love
Oh.
Gengar though.
I love Gengar too, which is why it kind of pains me to make that association.
I have no fucking idea what anyone's talking about.
We're talking about
lucky.
Pokemon and politics.
You might as well be
Pokédex.
speaking. You might as well be speaking Portuguese right now, because like,
I know, right?
Yeah,
Damn,
gotta
us
get-
Americans.
I don't know. In the last episode, we put Nazi stashes on all the Pokemon and pretended to be
gosh.
not exactly proud of that one, but it was pretty fun.
Okay. So now you genuinely have me intrigued. I'm actually sitting there just like trying to picture what Pokemon looks like Hitler.
do Pokemon have genitals? Because I'm wondering if you'd be able to grab them by the pussy.
Well, grab him by the cloister.
Yeah.
No, it's ground by the purloin,
Oh my gosh.
which is the title of one of the videos.
Oh dear.
Oh joy.
I don't know. I just do it because it's a fun way to kill time.
So it's basically like a hobby then?
Yeah. The web put out like 16 episodes now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm falling behind on my videos.
Yeah.
I really shouldn't.
Well, the one thing I've been trying to get Mel to do is when she does like a sketch or something, just record it, and it'd be an interesting one of those art videos where you like watch people draw along.
Yeah, I was gonna like do a Photoshop one where I would color in one of my pictures. Yeah, speed paint. I lost my nerve. I was like,
Come
oh,
on,
I can't do
everybody
that.
does
I got shy. Being
Mel, you should do instructional videos, like teach people how to draw, like your techniques and what you do, and a lot of people watch drawing tutorials.
I
So-
know. I was
people
doing
can-
that.
So people can learn how to do your style and take all your business.
Yeah, exactly. No, I started doing that at first, but when I was reading back, I was watching back my videos, so I was like, oh, this is kind of lame. I really don't want to
Well-
hear myself.
Get your child labor force to do it.
Child labor force is on strike, so
Oh.
What? No.
They're
they don't
creating a
like you, stop picking them.
You need moms.
no, it's just one of those. I would try to record my videos now, and then I just lose my nerve. It's like, oh, okay, I can't do this. What if I mess up? What if I take too long? What if the videos don't load? A lot of what ifs stop me, and
All
yeah,
right.
that's why I haven't loaded anything in a while.
Here's what I do when I'm nervous about doing something on the internet.
Okay.
I start drinking tequila, and then I don't stop till I'm not nervous anymore.
But I don't drink.
And then you wake up 12 hours later and your face is on the keyboard, and all you've written the entire day is just like 16 pages of J.
Art, brilliant.
J.
Got the letter J on the brain, apparently. Gosh.
Then what you do is you go into a modern art museum and you print that out and you stick it underneath the glasses that one guy dropped and everybody thought was a pair of like modern art.
Yeah.
A pair of glasses sitting on the ground next to like the wall, and people are gathered around it taking pictures thinking it's fucking modern art, and it's like, really, this is where we're at.
Oh, jeez.
Well, it doesn't matter what it looks like as long as you can talk about it.
Look, if people are stupid enough to pay $250,000 fucking dollars for a shoe with a can at the bottom of it, then fuck it, cheat those people, take that money, they deserve it.
Actually, I heard the guy that didn't drop his glasses, he intentionally put them there
Yeah, as a prank, because
as a
like
prank or to prove a point. And it's funny because someone was pointing something out. I was like, he actually made art out of art. You know, showing how people can easily mistaken what is art, and he ended up developing that into art itself. You know.
Well, there's no
Let's-
doubt that like art is subjective. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I think there's a Sunny in Philadelphia episode about that. But
Oh, yeah.
it's just odd that something so menial is something people are like, oh, it's brilliant. I mean, it almost sounds like it's mostly maybe like 10% truth and like 90% just pure pretension.
no, it's just a circle jerk. People pretending that
They understand
somehow,
it. Yes.
they somehow have a higher concept of art than you do.
You don't get it. I get it. I
No,
understand.
he
What
does.
I understand what the artist is really trying to say.
It's like
Yeah,
the movie
sure.
Inception. It doesn't actually make sense. There's no real meaning behind the ending. But people just
Yeah.
love
I thought that as well. Like Inception is just it thinks it's smarter than it is, and a lot of people, because they don't really understand it, they think it's smart when actually it's just badly written.
like Interstellar. Hated that movie.
Yeah, a lot of people get caught up in the hype. I remember when Avatar came out and people were ranting and raving about it like it was the best thing ever, and I watched it and I was just like, wow, this is like
This is terrible.
I just wasted 3 hours of my life, and James Cameron just wasted 20
Exactly.
years of his.
Well, you know the worst thing is, and this is, I guess, probably just so shaming for myself. I ended up watching like The Dark Knight recently.
Yeah.
Love that movie, and then I watched it and I just couldn't help but be like, there's so many plot holes in this film.
Yeah.
The Joker just invincible. I mean, why is everything going his way? I mean, you start picking out some things that you got lost in the hype on. It's the best movie ever. I love it. Heath Ledger's awesome, and he is, no doubt. But then you start like looking at the movie after the hype's died down, and it's kind of like it's not as great as I remember.
Yeah.
Well, there was always one thing that I was really annoyed about The Dark Knight, and that was when Harvey Dent dies at the end. It doesn't really look like he died. Now, there was no blood. Batman didn't fall that far.
Just a broken neck.
Yeah.
I mean, if Christopher Reeves could survive that, I mean, why can't Harvey Dent?
Yeah.
Well, the man had parachute wings and a grappling hook. I feel like he could have stopped the fall. It's
Yeah.
almost like he eventually falls on him and breaks his neck and kills him.
Batman killed somebody.
That was not supposed to kill.
Of course, I mean, he was messing around with Batman's woman, so I mean,
Gotta get rid of the competition.
I didn't kill him. Gravity did. Wink, wink, wink.
Sue gravity.
It's not my fault that his neck landed wrong.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Madness is just like gravity. All you need is a little push.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy. But I mean, so when you create on YouTube, I mean, what is your main motivation? Just fame, or are you trying to practice a skill, or is it something that is just something you do to pass time? I mean,
Just fuck around.
Well, I'm very aware that I'm getting better at producing my videos as I've gone along. There are two that I've just taken down because their quality was awful.
There goes
So
the
over time,
archives.
it's gotten better and better. But yeah, I mean, if you're not doing it with just the intention that you're making this for yourself and like the 3 other people in your family that are going to watch it, then what's the point?
Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, there's always going to be those rough couple years where you're kind of like, just getting your footing in. I mean, I think CCS kind of got where it was just because happenstance, really. I mean,
Yeah.
for the most part, a lot of people don't really care about what some people are just talking about because everybody has their own opinions. But every once in a while, you just find something that just kind of resonates. And I'm not saying we're top of the fucking dog pile. That's far
No.
from it. But we did get lucky. I guess some people found some value in what we did. And I think you just got to get enough. If you put enough time into it, you get enough content out there that you're almost guaranteed more exposure.
Yeah.
So I mean that's kind of why like the biggest YouTubers are ones who like post shit daily, which is
Yep.
fuck that.
Jesus Christ.
Or you post one video that's so obnoxiously offensive that everybody who hates it spreads it around for you.
Guys,
you're
is it bad, right, that I'm watching a video on YouTube, right, about this guy who's become the world's first satanic priest, right, ordained and everything. And is it bad that their church seems more friendly and more inclusive than a lot of Christian churches?
Yeah.
They like the guy's like, yeah, people come here just to chill out. We marry gay couples, and it's like, okay.
Hell, Satan.
Oh, yeah, I think with the Satanists, they're super laid back.
Yeah. Well, like,
Yeah, do whatever. We really don't give a shit.
yeah. Well,
We're all going to the same place anyway.
no. Well, like Pope Francis says, like, it's better to be a good atheist than a bad Catholic, and he got quite a bit of backlash from that.
Well, it's kind of true.
Do you really
Yeah,
think,
it
though?
is.
I mean, if you're a Catholic, do you really think that you can be an asshole all your life and God's going to be like, okay, yeah, you can come in? But then if an atheist is good all his life, he's going to be like, yeah, but you didn't believe in me, so I don't care you gave millions to charity and that you saved dying women and children. Down to hell you go.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
That's the selling point of religion. You know, they get you young and you're terrified of going to hell, so you just do what they say for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Well, it was a method of control. I mean, the Romans, that's why they, all became Christians, because a lot of people were converting to Christianity, and they realized it was a method of control, that it was a way that they didn't have to police anyone, because they were like, oh, well, someone's always watching you, so someone's always going to know that you're doing something bad, and if you do something bad, you're going to burn forever in a fire.
Magical police state.
Yeah.
You know, it can really fuck with your head too, because I renounced Christianity a few years out of college, and
Yeah.
it felt so weird just walking like down the street without the invisible man protecting me. Like, it took weeks for me to just adjust to normal life, because I always thought in the back of my head there was a guy looking out for me.
His name is Batman.
Yeah. I know
Here's
it.
a chick I'm getting to.
Oh, jeez.
But really, my dad pointed out something to me, is that all the devil really did was he questioned why God should have infinite power, and was basically like a rebel because, he was questioning God, and then for that he gets sent to eternal damnation. Like, what?
He's like the original Johnny Rotten.
Yeah. How did we get onto religion?
I have no idea. I
Luke
was watching.
V.
No, it was my
Luke.
fault. Sorry.
Oh, that's one of you two blondies.
No, I was watching this. No, it's on Facebook. It's like this video about this guy who's like the world's first satanic priest.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That
okay.
was it.
Yeah.
So it started with Satan. I knew it.
So,
I mean,
Luke, which one of your evil Pokemon is the first satanic priest of Pokemon?
Oh,
yeah.
Giratina.
I was gonna say Houndoom, but
Oh no, Giratina is like the Satan of Pokemon, because he
Yeah.
was like condemned by Arceus.
Back when it's double Pokemon.
It works.
Pro tip: if you ever go to an expensive restaurant, obviously you can't do this more than once to, the same restaurant or whatever.
Diamond Dash.
No. What I was going to say is get like a bit of costume jewelry, right? Like a fake ring. And if you have a guy friend and you go there with them, get him to pretend to propose to you, and you get free food.
Really?
You
Yeah,
can
the
do it
restaurant-
twice. You're renewing your vows.
The restaurants are always like, oh my god, congratulations, here's free dessert, or here's a free bottle of champagne, or whatever the fuck.
Interesting. I got like free
Oh,
food
yeah.
twice, and I always felt bad for it every time. Oh, hello!
Mel's
Hi.
husband's in
Oh my god.
McDonald's. Here's your free Happy Meal.
There it is.
You get an extra toy.
That's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
where are these
hello,
plus
everyone.
signs? I was typing down plus signs. Oh dear.
Oh my.
See, Mel fell asleep and her head hit the keyboard, and there's just like 16 pages of plus signs.
It's a sign, guys.
The sign.
They're actually upside down crosses. We converted Mel to Satanism.
Yeah, but
Well, she was already a Mormon. She was halfway there.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, the upside down cross really originally didn't inspire from Satanism. It was just actually one of Jesus's original prophets got crucified upside down.
Wasn't it Peter or something?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that. Because he
Peter.
said, he said he didn't want to be crucified the same way Jesus was, and they're like, okay.
I
So
mean,
they crucified him upside down.
All they do is take a religious symbol, they turn it upside down, like it's a simple inversion. You know, upside down cross, upside down pentagram. I mean,
Yeah.
Upside down Star of David.
I was gonna say
Yep.
if you could make Buddha, the statue of Buddha, stand on his head, it'd be evil. But you're gonna have a hell of a lot of trouble
Yeah,
trying to
Nazi.
get that Star of David to go upside down.
Yeah. At least
guys,
try and
see you
put
next
it on
week.
its side.
All right, Luke V, have a good one, and hope we catch you next month.
Yeah, see ya.
Yep, later, dude.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Lee just arrived at the worst possible time.
Yes, indeed. Hi.
Hello.
So
Did you guys? Sorry.
No, don't be hijacking. Our guest.
Hijack it. Hijack it.
Go ahead.
Jack it
Go ahead.
good.
Go ahead, Nat.
Oh no, don't worry. I'll carry on.
No. We're not
No,
gonna.
you go
So much
ahead.
professionalism
Oh,
here.
you go
God.
ahead.
Listen, I was just going to say, did you hear the Ricky Gervais? He's doing a live tour at the moment, right? He got in trouble for a dead baby joke because he made a joke about a dead baby, and two of the people in the audience were parents whose child died, so they walked out and they complained. And he refused to apologize because he said, "I'm not going to stop making jokes in case somebody in the audience is offended."
Good. I mean, it's
That's
like
awesome.
there's a point where everyone will be sitting there and laugh. They'll laugh at racist jokes, they'll laugh at sexist jokes, and they'll laugh until it gets to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Fuck you. Really.
Well, I mean, everyone in the world is going to be offended by something.
Yeah, no
somebody
doubt.
somebody could be offended by ice cream because of something that happened to them once in their past that involved ice cream.
The ice cream man, you mean? in
gosh.
the ice cream van.
Oh.
My dad always taught me that you should never laugh at anyone else if you can't laugh at yourself.
That's very true, yes.
That's a wise words.
Yeah. I mean, I admit I get a little offensive at times when a joke comes up. It's like, oh, okay, that wasn't funny, but I don't like up and complain about it or be all like, hey, you need to change your material because this offends me. It's just one of those, okay, well, that wasn't my taste. What else do they have? You know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's plenty of jokes like Bill. I'll go back to Bill Burr, and my parents are watching Bill Burr, and they're laughing at him. They're laughing at every single joke he's making. They start telling fat jokes, and my parents are, pretty rotund, and that's the point where they stop kind of laughing. But I mean, sure, some things may offend you though, but you're laughing at everybody else's misery until it gets to yours.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, if you can't take that joke, if you complain about it, if you boycott it, fuck you, really.
Well, I mean, that's what all the best comics are able to do. Most of their comedy is centered around mocking themselves, making themselves the butt of the joke.
Yeah. Or the system they're in. I mean, even like George Carlin and Lenny Bruce and many of the
Or
great.
just talk
rip-
about your vagina for an hour.
Oh
and a
yeah,
half.
yeah, because Amy Schumer is just so funny.
No, she's not.
So Lee, now that Natalie's wrapped up her thought and took about 5 minutes of
Yes.
your time. So
professional.
the same, yeah. Well, professionalism is not something we've ever been accused of. We've always been accused of
know.
everything else, from racism, misogyny,
Oh, wow.
misandry.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
like a list here of
the
racist
funniest
jokes.
thing is-
It's beautiful.
The funniest thing is like we keep on getting accused of like misogyny, but how come like in this current chat there's more women than men?
Ooh.
There's 4 women, one guy and one raccoon.
Yep.
So
Hey. That's Red Panda to you. Son of a bitch.
Red Panda.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it is a red panda. Oh,
I,
how
right.
dare you, Miss Species?
I'd like to apologize for my words. I didn't mean to be speciesist.
Oh,
Apology
I'm not
accepted.
implying that all red pandas look like raccoons.
Everyone does, unfortunately.
So you're kind of a newbie to CCS. So tell us
Yes.
about yourself.
he's red. He's furry. He's cute. What more do you want?
He's a furry.
I know,
Uh-oh.
right?
He's a furry.
No, I'm not a furry.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could just call me a general artist. I enjoyed your
What?
show. General artist.
Oh, general artist. Okay.
Yep.
Well, plug your DeviantArt or your Tumblr.
Oh
or something.
God, not my DeviantArt, man. No, this heavens no.
No, I got DeviantArt.
My username,
know,
my
I
username
mean-
is so old. It's like I think 10 years back. So like I come up with like the most dumbest name possible. So it's like I'm ashamed of that account right now.
I was gonna say if Mel can draw dicks, then you can certainly post your Tumblr, your address here.
Yeah.
You're in very
I do
safe
have a
company.
Tumblr on the side, but
I
most of my
miss
stuff on
drawing dicks.
Instagram.
But well, I'm so drawing mad, so I guess that counts.
Well, just have to send them
Lol.
poses.
Mel's off smut. I haven't drawn it off smut yet.
Oh my.
Time, everyone, time.
Good time.
Well, I mean, apparently you injured more than just one wrist, correct?
Oh God.
No, it's the same wrist.
Oh, you multitask.
Well, yes. Someone is talented. as-
Mel. Before you say anything else, I'm making fapping jokes.
Oh, I know that. Shush.
I'm just making sure so that you don't say anything that's going to incriminate you later.
Why would I care?
Let's see.
Anyways,
Right. getting
back to our guest.
topic.
Hello.
Right.
Poor guy.
I know. Not very good at this. I like to draw everything. I mean, so far, I've graduated from terribly the Art Institute of Seattle.
See, everyone's graduating
And-
but me.
Hey,
Terrible.
it's not important. It's not important. It's never
Okay.
important. Even if it's art, you don't have to graduate. It helps. Okay, my only thing I could say, the good thing about going to art school is getting networking. That's about it.
That's exactly what Nat said. Yep.
Okay.
It is.
Well, why
Well,
would
it
you
also
bother with-
depends on the people though. Some people, like some teachers are really good. Like they're like professionals in the old ways. So you get to see all their secrets. So those are
I
good.
would teach you of the
Ooh.
old ways.
But I guess it's not as different from like watching YouTube, but you can be personal about it. You can ask them questions and they can show you things.
Or you could just go to a museum and put some glasses on the floor.
Yeah.
Art. Modern art.
Beautiful.
When you said you can ask questions and just like get taught things, I was going to make the ice cream joke, man, or the ice cream man joke. But
Ice cream.
The ice cream joke, man.
yeah.
All
a
right,
little
I'm gonna
less
have to draw
Dexia.
Ice Cream Man now.
The one time you start hearing all around the mulberry bush and all the children run indoors.
Oh God.
I had an art teacher, right? In my secondary school or high school or whatever. And I remember him. He was about 6'5", okay? So he was huge. And he was from the north, right? So he taught like a lot of the Game of Thrones characters. And he was some scary ass looking motherfucker, right?
Oh,
His
God.
name was Mr. Sands.
Mr. Sands.
Mr. Sands, right? And he drew every morning when we'd come into lesson, he'd draw like a cartoon character on the whiteboard. So like one day he'd draw Mario, and then another day he'd draw like Timmy from Fairly Odd Parents. Another day he'd draw SpongeBob. And he was really cool, but there was a period of time where he was sick, so we had the supply teacher come in, and his name was Mr. Burke. And we had those computers that connected to an overhead projector, right, on those huge screens. And somebody was walking past his class once, and he was watching porn with the overhead projector connected onto it.
Oh
Wait,
no.
did you not see it? Did you not see the over projector?
He was sitting in front of it, like facing away from it.
Oh, it's like it's sex ed now. Okay.
Sex ed. There you go.
So people were walking
Promo.
by, and he was thinking, well, they can't see my computer screen, but there's a projector.
Oh,
Projector.
Safe to say he didn't stay too long.
oh no.
As he should not be.
Oh dear.
What was the teacher's name again?
Mr. Burke.
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 Yeah.
Mr. Burke. And I remember there was another teacher that we had, and she was quite big, right? And her name was Miss Jordan. She was my Spanish teacher. And she used to get all the exercises that we used to do, she used to get off from online. So she'd print screen it and print it off and then give it to us. And she got this website up that's supposed to be for teaching languages, and it had like a few puzzles on there and stuff. And she printed them out and gave it to us. But she'd forgotten to close all the tabs on her search engine. And she'd
Oh
she'd
my.
googled stuff like well, for starters, she had her Weight Watchers tab open, right?
Okay.
But then she also had like a Google tab open called "How to Make Your Thighs Thinner," and then the best one: does being overweight make you bad in bed?
Oh, poor thing.
I mean,
She was trying.
no, that's this. She's trying, so I can't really like laugh too hard. I mean, it's
Yeah.
embarrassing. The situation is embarrassing, but again, if somebody's actually like trying to better themselves, I mean, more power to them. So
Yeah, we can't make
Yeah.
fun. We can't make fun too much of that. It's like those oh kind of moments.
yeah, I thought you were gonna say like she like had like a Google tab that says, "What do I do when the vibrator gets stuck or something?"
Ah,
Oh my god.
Can I supercharge my dildo?
oh jeez.
All you need is
Oh.
jumper cables and a car battery.
Oh gosh. By the way, I got a new car.
Uh-oh.
Oh God! Everyone, look out!
It's oh gosh, it's like
Mel, you didn't happen to be driving up Westminster the other day, did you?
No, it happened yesterday. It was funny because my husband he called me, and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to be late at work. I got this package coming in though. Would you mind seeing if it came in yet?" So I went outside and I looked around, and didn't find anything. It's like, no, it's not here yet. He's like, oh, okay.
But some asshole parked in our yard, so I slashed his tires.
Well, that's the beauty of the second part. He like calls up 30 minutes later. He's like, "Ugh, okay, I really need that package there. I ordered it 2 weeks ago. It should be there by now. Would you mind checking for me again?" I'm like, oh, okay. So I go back outside, and there's this blue van parked in front of our house, and I go up to the mailbox, check it out, and the guy in the car like revved the engine, and I just scowled. I'm like, oh, what an asshole. I said this out loud on the phone. And I was like, no, sorry, hon, the package still isn't here yet. I turn around, and there's my brother hiding behind the van, trying so hard not to laugh. I'm like, what is it? What is wrong with this asshole in front of our house? And then I paused, and I turned back at the van. I'm like, are you kidding me? My husband was still on the phone in the van, honking at me.
Wow.
Yeah. I walked up to him, I'm like, did you buy a car? And he's like, no, I bought you a car. It's like, ah!
Surprise.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you don't need to worry about Mother's Day, Christmas, or my birthday. This is it right here. Gosh dang.
That's sweet.
Yeah. It was pretty cheap too.
Well,
So-
that's all you want is a cheap car. Do you know what I heard is that you know that Pimp My Ride on MTV?
Yeah.
Apparently, like almost all of the cars they made on that broke down like immediately afterwards.
Oh gosh.
That's sad.
Oh, bummer. But no, I'm happy for my new vehicle because I actually have something to drive that won't fall apart on me. Because we have
That's
both
really good.
vehicles are just trying to die on us left and right and falling apart.
Oh,
It's like one of those things you're all driving, and you're like, please don't let the axle fall off. So there you go. That was my day yesterday.
Your husband doesn't have a mistress, does he?
Oh my.
He's got a Terry Shiver.
Yeah, gosh.
Well, Mel thought that she could hear something down in the basement, but the chain wouldn't stretch far enough for her to see down.
Oh my.
That was okay. Never mind.
No. Oh shit. I just thought of something.
Uh-oh.
Oh
No,
no, here we go.
no, listen, right. I was this was like years ago now, but I remember being in school, and but we had to do this essay, right? And it was part of the coursework we had to do for the year, and we'd get graded on it, and that would count towards our final grade.
Oh dear.
And I can't remember the subject was something about write about something that really annoys you, and I wrote about like these new modern celebrities that aren't really celebrities, like the Kardashians and all that stuff. I mean, this was years ago.
Good girl.
But, yeah, I know, right? But anyway, I remember I wrote it, and then 2 weeks later, the teacher came in and was like, "You never handed in your essay." I was like, "Yes, I did." And then I reminded him that I specifically did because I'd said to him something while I was handing it in. He went, "Oh shit, yeah, you did." And he went back and he went, "Okay, so it appears I've lost your essay.
Oh.
You're gonna have to do it all again by tomorrow."
Bullshit.
Right. And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So I went home and I did it, and I handed it in, and he said that he would mark me generously, right? So
It's all the red ink.
but anyway, all this is leading up to this. I had to write it in his office because they had to take me out of class while they were teaching the actual class, so I could be on my
And
own.
meanwhile, he's watching pornography on the overhead.
No. He's in his office, right? And he bends over to pick something up, and his trousers like split open.
Oh.
Oh.
And like I had to pretend I wasn't looking, but I was trying so fucking hard not to laugh. And it was a really tiny room, and he was right next to me, and it was just so awkward.
I whipped him.
It was just dead
This is very
silence, and all of a
awkward.
sudden, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Are you kidding me?
Oh boy.
Like times with this teacher isn't so eventful already.
You should have tried using that as blackmail.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me an A or else.
Give me an A or else I'll tell everyone about your A.
Indeed.
Oh my goodness.
So Lee, anything you want to pitch?
Let's see. Well, I have an Instagram people can follow, the Fire Seal. That's where I throw all my regular doodles. I've been trying to get back in the habit of drawing every day.
Oh, that's good. Slight edge.
Yep. And you also can go to my portfolio site, and there's a link to it. Whatever, whichever floats to your boats.
Sweetness.
Indeed.
So I mean, like you do art. Is it just something that you kind of like? I used to draw back in the day, but then I kind of let that just slip and slide and fall away. But was Mel like when you draw? Is it just something you want to do, or what's the drive behind the art?
For
Just
me,
natural talent, or
for me, it was more like I like to see people like smile,
Mhm.
but it's like I've never been funny. So it was like one of the ways I went at it, and I actually am currently working as a digital artist for a small company based in Seattle right now.
Mhm.
They're basically making like coding program for kids, and I'm basically making the arts for them. So it's been pretty cool, and I'm doing my own personal things on the side as somewhat of a hobby. Hopefully, that dream goal is to make that money, but at the same time, just be happy with my art, and hopefully people like it.
nice. So like your by doing the art, you obviously get something for yourself out of it. Are you planning on trying to build up to something? I mean, like your own studio or your own company?
That's a very grand vision. I don't actually. I mean,
Which you don't need to. I'm not saying you need to have
I know. Those are very fun goals, but I just want to make art and hope make a living of it if possible.
Nice.
If not, just work somewhere, find a job, and continue painting until it starts fly off. If not, just do it for fun for myself.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, it's so hard to find people who do what they enjoy for a living. So,
Yeah.
you know,
me.
if you can be a professional artist, or if you can, like Mel, pay the bills with the art, with our money, with our money that we get from our
For you
Patreon
people,
supporters,
Yeah.
Right.
we're
You guys
just
supporting?
we're just the middlemen.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really hard to find like examples of people who actually like love what they do and they can survive on it. So kudos to you, man. That's huge.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep.
No problem.
I'll be post your inside the chat window on the right hand side. Post your you said Instagram,
yeah.
right?
Yes, on Instagram.
Yeah, go ahead and
I
post
also have
your-
a Tumblr, but it's like I don't really.
You don't
care
like your
about it,
Tumblr.
so
That's fine.
no,
That's
I
fine.
just like to use it as a like side blog. It's like, here you go. Here's another traffic for people to go through.
Well, you should put the URL in the side chat bar so we can take a look at it.
Yeah.
Apparently I have to edit it. Give me a moment.
He's taking down all the pornography. If he's anything like Mel, he's
Okay.
taking down
True
certain
story.
part
I only have
pieces.
done only like probably
Yeah.
one perverted art in my lifetime. Thank you.
Oh, do it. Tell.
Let's see. It was during my high school sophomore year. No, wait, junior year.
Perfect time to be a pervert.
I know, right? Let's see. It was like, two girls making out. It was good times.
2 girls are cool.
Yep.
Mel's
I
like,
still have
2
it
girls are cool,
somewhere in
but 3
my house.
guys.
But 3, yes, 3
Oh my,
guys would be
3
better.
guys. Ah.
Like 2 girls? Yeah, I guess that's all right. All right, how about 3 guys?
Even better. Huh.
Mel's
No
art is
one's
brought to
showing
you by
up.
the letter E.
Yes.
Guys, I just went out to check this out because I was curious, right?
Okay.
Do you know we got a whole bunch of videos on our channel, right? Do you know how many of them are visible on restricted mode?
Really? How
None.
many? None?
20.
It's probably your topic. That's probably why I've heard about it.
Well, it's more than I thought.
Oh my goodness.
20 videos, and they're mostly like talking about Pokemon, Nintendo, and superhero films.
Well, welcome to the infantilization of YouTube.
Yay.
Yay.
Just move
The
to
future is
Vimeo.
here.
Oh no, a whole 20 videos are visible.
No.
Are any of the video podcasts visible, or are they all like blocked off too?
I'm pretty sure those are visible. I don't remember.
Here let me print screen this, and then I'll send it to you. Those are my porn tabs.
Can't let them know I'm a furry.
Okay. Print screen.
The tension.
The suspense. But that side was perfect.
Ah.
Just put that on loop and you can, draw away.
Tokyo hostel
I need this for inspiration.
Oh my.
research. No, you have no idea. When I was making fucking Pussy Crusher, the amount of hentai I had to watch to get sound.
All the hentais.
Oh,
Because you and I found that one clip of the I think a Japanese lady who was the voice actress for hentai,
It was, yeah.
and she's in a recording booth, and there's like all these like reporters around her taking pictures, and she's in this booth making noises like she's getting fucked. She's like,
All right, guys. I'm sorry to say I have to go now.
yeah,
must
man, we
leave
don't
you
want to hear
guys.
that from you. Oh gosh. All right, here we go. Yeah, kitty. see. Oh, the DuckTales one made it.
No, that's not the right DuckTales one.
No, it's this one with the Foo-Boob.
Foo-boob.
The Foo-Boob made it. That bitch. She needs to make a comeback sometime.
Oh, if you want to draw her, then nobody's stopping you.
No. Maybe like put her in the game as one of those body pillows or something.
Only one Game Glitch Radio made it. What the hell did you two talk about?
Okay. That one. What is that? Is that Batman? No, that's Game of Thrones. I don't know why we even did that one though, because I never
That's
watched
Final
that show.
Fantasy.
No, that's.
Fantasy and Pokemon.
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 Omega Red. Okay, Final Fantasy.
Pokemon, go kill yourself.
Oh my god. All right, guys. Thanks for the chat and self promo, but I got to be going now. Got
That's fine.
family
Okay.
Much to tend to.
One last time. What's your Instagram?
It's Instagram at / the fire seal with like D. It should be posted in the chat. At least I try to.
Oh,
post
I
the
see
link
it.
in the chat.
The Fire Seal is in like SEAL, like the singer.
Yep. Sure. Although it's reference to Guilty Gear character, but sure.
It's my association, Kiss from a Rose. That's my generation.
Right. All right. Take
All right,
care,
we'll let you
guys.
go.
Have
And
fun.
yep, thanks for joining us, dude.
Yep. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
We love you.
Oh.
And now, how do I unmute Z?
No, just unmute. Well, Z ran off to get a drink real quick. I'm not sure if they're back or not.
Oh, fine. We'll just have to talk amongst ourselves as if we haven't been doing that. Until she gets back, Kahuna Drake and Christina Phoenix are still floating around, and we also have Bearded Gentleman, and I haven't seen Big Chief in the chat.
He was here, and then he kind of just went.
Yeah, I gotta go shortly. It's like
Oh.
past 9.
Yeah, we gotta get through this fairly quick.
We gotta get through this, you guys.
Sometime tonight. I mean, how late is it now? Like 6 in the morning where you're at?
It's 4:20.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Well, that's what you get for being English Times.
All right. I'm going to send a quick
English times.
English Times.
I'm going to send a quick invite to Bearded Gentleman while we wait for a Z.
See, get your ass over here.
And I'm also going to send a quick one to Big Chief, TOF, and whoever shows up can join in. Do, 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 do. Boop.
La 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 la.
All right, we got 3 invites. Let's see what happens. Let's see who bites.
10 of you arrived. Only 1 will leave.
Let's have tryouts.
With their virginity intact.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Anal virginity. Mel, why are you quiet all of a sudden?
Huh? Sorry, I was looking at a cobra.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah, it sounds paying a cobra, and
Alright,
he's just
Z's
kind of
here.
enjoying it.
Z. You're currently muted because there's like some feedback in your mic. So if you unmute yourself, we can talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured.
Otherwise, I'll just have to eject you.
Does it still sound shitty?
There's like some
There's like a beeping noise.
A beeping noise, really?
like something's rattling.
Like that. That's the best I
Okay.
can do. Don't make fun of me.
Z, you have to get off your tricycle when you're trying to Skype with us.
I'm sorry, I have to keep fit somehow.
she's on her exercise bike with the laptop in front of it.
No, she's on that thing from Gladiators with the mechanical bull.
She's on the mechanical bull with the Q-tips.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
So, Z, what the big question is, what do you do?
I can hear an echo.
Yeah?
Hello?
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure something out, but If it's just gonna keep being a problem, then I don't know. It's up to you guys.
No, stick around. I mean, come on, you pay good money.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We're sure.
Yeah,
Besides,
that money goes to me.
once the echo's gone, luckily, but if we keep talking, you don't even hear the squeaky noise, so we're all good.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin.
I love that avatar. I love that expression. Z's expression is just beautiful.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I drew that and then he colored it. So
Nice.
teamwork. I'm a man who's dead inside. Oh, see, this is art. Who needs glasses when you got that face?
Well, yeah, this is what I keep
Certainly
saying.
something, my dear.
This is what I keep saying is Mel does excellent like facial expressions.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I love the exaggeration. I love the conveyance. It's brilliant. I mean, Z's avatar just looks like, you know, what the fuck am I doing here? which would fit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're not
pretty much.
wrong.
Goodness. Oh. Oh. Yay, welcome! As I play on my
You
arms.
make it sound like that's a good thing. That has me worried.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I was like, "Yay, you're here! Welcome!" I was trying to be welcoming and happy and warming.
We were trying to be happy to see you.
I don't think Laughing Man pays you to do that.
No, he doesn't.
Which is why she should. This is why she shouldn't be doing that.
Oh. Should she talk when you're supposed to talk?
Your husband has your chain, and I have one too. So.
Oh my gosh.
Except your chain leads to her bank account.
Well. Jeez.
So Z, what is your forte? I mean,
My
like
forte?
what inspires you? What like kind of is your thing? What kind of makes you want to get out of bed in the morning, and what makes you want to go out and kick ass?
I don't.
I can tell by the avatar. maybe you walk down to a corner store and get a pack of cigarettes. I mean, what's your thing?
Get up, take a piss. That's about it.
It's cigarettes and Twinkies. Remember that the Twinkie costume.
Matt, his thing is clearly lung cancer. He takes great comfort in the knowledge that the cigarettes will probably kill him before anything gets worse.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, yeah. Very true.
Oh goodness.
And if the well, I don't know, you are what you eat. So if you're having a lot of Twinkies, you got all those preservatives. You're never gonna die.
Oh Christ.
Is that Matt? Is that why you're such a pussy?
Shots fired.
Well, the worst thing is I'm not denying this.
Just be grateful I didn't call you a dick. Oh yeah, I could have even gone for asshole, but
I am dying. They're trying to kill me. I know it.
Oh please! After those jokes I told you, I think this.
Oh
I think
god.
this is
Yeah, sent me like a list of racist jokes.
As tempted as I am to hear these.
no. Have you ever noticed that, like, whenever you try and tell a racist joke, a person of that race just is around the corner?
Well, okay, this is
just
a white.
randomly materialize in front of you, and you're just like,
Oh, okay, well, this one's a white joke. Can I tell this one? This
which
no,
I don't care. Go for it.
We're all white. Okay. What do you call a white woman with yeast infection? Crackers and cheese.
fucking hell.
I am offended for all women out there. I am offended and appalled that you would tell that joke. You horrible internalized misogynist.
But I'm a woman.
No, you don't understand. You're not educated. No. I need to properly educate you on things because I know I went to college, Mel. I was in the social justice club in my college, and I can tell you, as a man, that you are a misogynist.
All right, well, I accept. This is a burden I'm going to have to live with.
Oh no, such a heavy burden.
I know, right?
You better get a man to lift it.
It's as heavy as my tits.
Okay.
I'm crying.
You know the worst thing? Last week I made a ginger joke, and I forgot that the person sitting right next to me was ginger. I said something like, "You're about as liked as an unwanted ginger stepson," and
And lo and behold, an unwanted ginger stepson. A wild ginger appears. Yep. Pokemon joke.
Oh, my
I might as well fire off another one. It's a blonde joke, so Nat, cover your ears.
Okay.
No,
Jokes
they're
on
on
you,
your
I'm not really a real blonde.
Well,
Hey, Harley.
what'd you do when a blonde woman throws a grenade at you? You pull the pin and throw it back.
Here's a blonde joke. Okay, so this guy's working in an office, and he goes down to the rest area, and there's a blonde woman, and she's standing in front of the soda vending machine. She puts in $1, presses a button, gets a can, and stacks it in this growing pyramid of cans. Takes out another $1, puts it in the machine, takes out the can, stacks it in the pile. And the guy walks up behind her and says, "What the hell are you doing?" And she's like, "Quiet, I'm winning."
Oh my gosh.
Here's one.
Lovely.
So there's an Englishman, an American, and this Middle Eastern guy, right? And they're all sitting on top of the Empire State Building. And the American says to the Middle Eastern guy, "Do you know, if you jump off at the right time, the wind will take you all the way around, right? Up above and then back where you're sitting again." And the Middle Eastern guy's like, "No, you're talking bullshit." He's like, "No, seriously." He was like, "All right, you do it then." So the American jumps off the building, and the wind takes him right round back to where he's sitting again. The Middle Eastern bloke goes, "That's amazing." He goes, "Yeah, all right, you try." So the Middle Eastern guy jumps off the building, and he falls down and splat on the pavement, dead, right? And the Englishman turns to the American and says, "Superman, that was well out of order."
That's horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Oh
Should
my
I tell him the Asian one, Fabu?
Yeah, tell him the Asian one.
Oh God. Can we please stick to white people? I mean, I would like to at least have one video up on our channel.
Okay,
What
why
we're gonna do is we're just gonna title this Pokemon.
Title is "We Love Feminism, LGBTQ plus any other oppressed group."
Not Asian jokes.
Apparently.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
I'm trying to think of some more sheep fucker jokes, but I can't.
Here's one Trump supporter.
That's not funny.
Life.
What's the difference between Jews and pizza?
Oh no.
What's the difference between listen, what's the difference between Jews and pizza?
No. We're not going there. Okay.
Pizza doesn't scream when you put it in the oven.
Bearded gentleman, come on in here and take over Nat's spot.
Listen, no, let me finish my joke. Right? What's the difference between Jews and pizza?
One gets out of the oven.
Pizza doesn't scream when you put it in the oven.
Oh my god.
We know the punchline of the joke. I was hoping we wouldn't have to edit this fucking podcast. But
Sorry.
I want to tell my Harry Potter version now.
Okay.
Why did Hitler kill himself?
Okay, here's a good one. Why?
Because he got his gas bill back.
CCS raw and uncut. Oh, my jaws hurt.
And you wonder why like there's so many terrorist attacks in London.
Oh yeah, or one of them.
Oh.
Actually, the
Poor
last one I think was in like 2003. I think. No, was it 2007? Actually.
All I know is because of what you said, the next guy who actually drives on the sidewalk is going to be Asian.
And ginger and Jewish.
All in the car together.
No, it was a bad driving joke. So.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So she's gonna be
Okay, so you make a racist joke, but when we do it, it's offensive.
It's not racism; it's a stereotype. There's a difference.
You do know the 3 O's of driving, right?
Oh. Oh. Oh, all right. Okay, I can talk.
I know the
now.
3 O's of sex.
Jeez. All right. So what else?
Yes, Kahuna Drake. There are some truths to stereotypes because otherwise the stereotype wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
It's like stereotype why white people eat turkey, mayonnaise, and cheese.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Well,
I know.
apparently, you know how they say like
hate
some if you're like Indian over here, then you have a connotation of that you smell of curry powder because they use a lot of curry powder in their cooking at home, so they smell like it. Apparently, white people to like Japanese people, we smell like cheese and dairy.
Oh,
because-
and we smell the same way to black people, from what I understand.
Well, because we eat a lot more dairy products than, say, the Japanese do. So when we were around them, they can smell it on us.
Does that
So
mean
obviously-
food smells like watermelon?
Woo!
So Nat, do you eat a lot of fish?
Fuck off.
Oh.
Look, I know it's hard that you're a failed abortion, but you don't have to take it out on everyone else.
Yeah.
Bearded gentlemen, come in here and save us.
No, there's no saving. We're too far deep in this.
Yeah, you're too far in your own pit. We're
Yeah, totally.
just
6 feet.
here to watch you dig yourselves deeper.
We're cock deep in fish.
Ooh.
At least someone
Anyways.
is.
Oh, the bearded gents.
All right, bearded gents, and
Anyway, I thought it was weirder that your mouth smelled like cock.
well, Nat, when I met you, you weren't telling me a few things.
I think
Are you okay, Fubu?
I think you broke her.
First Nintendo and now you guys, you asshole.
This stream was supposed to be
Empowering.
this stream was supposed to be
Inspiring.
inspiring,
Learn about one
clean,
another.
professional.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean? It sounds expensive.
Yeah, it does. We can't afford that. We can't afford professionalism.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah. Oh.
Right. What other demographics have we not offended yet?
Let's see. We got women. Do
I have a dog sitting beside me that doesn't seem very offended.
oh well, that bitch.
Maggie! Maggie's a girl too, so yeah, there we
What
go.
do
You
you-
got both
What do you
things covered.
call a dog with a bomb?
What?
A terrorist.
Yeah.
Oh, and she moved away.
Oh, you offended her. I will see you in court. You're not allowed to use those jokes anymore.
Luke V says Nat's mean tonight, and it's awesome.
Well, someone has to be.
Look, it's 25 to 5 in the morning, and I just don't give a fuck right now.
Yeah. My
Hopefully
dog
you
look
heard.
offended. Oh.
So bearded gentleman, really quick question. It looks like you guys are have like a Mel style for like a new podcast Let's Play group. Are you sure you want to emulate us?
Why not?
He loved my style. They like my style.
I'm pretty sure you want at least
Am
one
I-
YouTube video to show up.
Am I even coming in all right? Is my mic working?
Yeah, you're a little but you know. If that made any sense.
For memes.
You're a little muffled. How about that?
Mel is appropriate.
Muffled. Oh.
Mel is culturally appropriating dogs.
Actually, that was dick and mouth, but okay.
Okay, I missed like half the questions.
Well, what I want to know is how is Mel? Is that how you usually talk when?
Well, you know, my husband's around. No one understands what I'm saying.
Oh.
Wow. So, anyways, Z, is there anything you want to wrap up, Z, before we go off the deep end again?
Oh, Z left. Z, where'd you go?
Oh, she's gone.
Oh, I just
She's gone.
Oh.
Apologies.
Oh.
Well, I wasn't okay. So someone's put in the YouTube chat Irish. So
Well,
Okay,
didn't
I'm
we
gonna
already get
have to-
gingers?
I'm,
You know the thing, and I'm quarter Irish. I can say this shit, but the Irish don't give a fuck. I mean, you could
No.
have the
No,
leprechaun on a box of Lucky Charms. Who cares?
Fuck it.
The Irish are like proud. I mean, they wear their stereotypes on their sleeves. I mean, you know, like the word cops came from coppers, which meant copper top, and then there was like the paddy wagon, the paddies, because most Irish people in the United States back in like the early 20th century were like largely police. So there was a stereotype behind that, and you know what? They wear it like a badge of honor. I mean, I know it's a TV show though, but have you guys ever seen Boardwalk Empire?
yeah.
And there's all that group of Irish people, and they start telling Irish jokes, and they're all Irish, and they love it. They just eat it all up. They're like, what do you call an Irishman who doesn't drink? Dead.
We love a good zinger.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's the fact that if you can laugh at yourself and have a good time, I mean, there's something empowering about that. There's something you wear it like armor, like Tyrion says.
Yep.
In Game of Thrones,
Well, why wasn't Jesus born in Ireland? He couldn't find 3 wise men or a virgin.
That's wonderful. I mean, we got other things to be proud of too. I mean, we invented we invented copper wire by fighting over pennies.
Jeez.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh God.
Actually, I was meaning to ask you because the timing for me has been super off. So I've missed like 4 or 5 of these in a row, and I felt kind of bad about it. I was like, "Fuck!"
You're not getting a refund.
No, I don't give a shit about that. I'll take my lumps on that. And besides, fucking contrary to popular belief, there are people who like to support you.
Oh wow,
And,
that's shocking.
Why not?
I'm actually surprised.
But I caught a stream of you guys. I had no idea who it was who was doing it, but somebody was playing. I think it was like this PS1 game. It was Xena, and it was on you guys' Twitch channel. I was like, who the fuck is playing this?
Oh yeah, that was that must have been an accident. That was us filming a couch co-op.
Oh, so that's what that was. I was like, oh, maybe it's like a test stream or something like that.
It was.
Well, we are going to be making a video. Did you hear any commentary?
No, I didn't hear anything. Nobody was talking. I got nothing.
Oh, phew.
Yeah. So no, because we did have commentary, but we accidentally clicked on stream rather than just record, so it streams the gameplay. But obviously we have the commentary that we need to add on top of it, and then we need to edit it down. Because what we were thinking of doing a couch co-op is there are going to be 2 versions. There's going to be the cut down and edited version, which is going to be the YouTube release that everyone gets to see.
Friendly quote version.
And then the full extended thing, uncut, will be for Patreon people only. And what we were also going to do is we're going to give people the ability to vote on Patreon for what games they'd want us to play.
Ooh.
And rip.
Rip.
Yep. So
not that we're going to become Let's Players necessarily, though, but we had so much fun doing like the Halloween stuff that we're like, yeah, we should kind of just do more of this stuff. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I caught a few of those. Those were definitely fun. I forget which one you did, Matt, but I think it was
The Haunting Ground.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did Haunting Ground.
And then Mel did that. Mel's was the best by far. Had the best commentary.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was that creepy.
The pedophile one, yeah.
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 That was the one. I was like, wow, this is fucking 50 Shades of fucked right here. But it was great. I very much enjoyed that.
So your group, what does your group do?
Fuck. What don't we do?
do you do child orgies?
Jesus Christ! Someone took the filter off that bitch.
Some people are in, the market. So, well, you said you did everything, so I'm just, making sure that you did everything.
Here's
but I won't do that.
Here's their onion URL.
But I usually cover a lot more the sort of like horror kind of projects. That's really my jam. Jason loves to do things like Mass Effect. He loves those big games that fucking take forever to record. And Cam and I just do whatever the hell we think is fun at the time. We're doing Ace Attorney right now. Before that, we were doing Mission Impossible 64, and that was oh god. Yeah, that about sums it up. Just oh god.
So what is it? Just the Bearded Gentleman? Is where can people find you?
We have our YouTube page, our Twitter. We have our Twitch channel as well. If you want me to spam links to that in the chat, I can go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Yes. That's what we want you to do. I'm sorry. I was waiting for Nat or Mel to say something, but they're just kind of like.
Yeah, no, just kind of went dead for a second there.
No, sorry, I was kind of typing.
They're like, no, don't do it.
No, please do.
Competition.
Competition.
Oh, ouch.
No, nobody can see any of our content anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Speaking of which, we really do need to get on minds.com just so we can get our stuff out there easier.
Yeah.
I am not sure what that is. Please plug that.
Oh, minds.com. It's basically like you know how like Facebook and Twitter have kind of gotten up their own ass with censorship, and so has YouTube.
Oh yeah.
It's basically an alternative that isn't censored, and a lot of people like Sargon have moved on to minds.com.
I'm gonna have to
because they're not.
They're very pro free speech.
Yes.
Yeah.
As am I.
Yep. So we Nat, did you set that account or did you?
Not yet. I was going to do it tomorrow. But essentially, it's yeah. I mean, I don't understand.
It's like social media for people with balls.
It's basically just social media without the rules, without the overarching censorship. They say that even with like a clean Facebook page, you only have like a 5% chance of people actually seeing your stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And certainly with a smaller crowd, without like all the grandma, like people like my aunts on fucking Facebook at 2 a.m. saying, "I'm making myself a cup of tea." It's like, who gives a fuck?
Like, favorite, and like for money because reasons. What?
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you guys are on minds.com, if there's a way to network, I'd be more than happy to kind of like get some cross promotion stuff going on.
Well, not only that, but it'd be better to get on there early while there's not a lot of people on there.
Yeah, exposure.
Give us more chance of being found.
Well, especially if people can't see your videos if they're not signed into YouTube. That's bullshit.
Well, I still can't believe that you guys talked to fucking Sargon of Akkad years ago, and we're going to be on a live stream, and then just didn't bother following him up on it.
Yeah.
So matter of fact.
The thing is like we were going to do it, but then like he had to reschedule, then we couldn't do it because we were busy, and then it just kind of just disappeared. Oh. And he took the topic and just made a video out of it. And when Max and I saw the video he made, we're like, yeah, he's well out of our league.
Oh, come on, you can't think about it like that. It still would have been cool to have him on.
He's like the hot chick who like teases you at prom and she never dances with you.
No.
Christine Phoenix, that website's called. Oh, never mind. Go ahead and talk all this type.
I was gonna say, I'm sure Sargon would have put out. Come on.
Feel that big bushy beard all over. feeling his warm, meaty hands caressing.
So that's the real
Burn
reason you came to
cigar.
London.
Yeah, him and Raymond Watts. I mean, I was trying to make that capital E.
Trying to make a human centipede.
Oh. Oh, that movie. Speaking of movies,
Oh, what is it?
have you guys seen the trailer for I think it's just called Life. I think it's
Yeah.
Mars.
Yeah.
It's out, isn't it?
I'm not sure it's quite out yet. If not, that's soon. If it isn't out already.
Because my friend has seen it, and
Oh, okay.
she said it was okay. But she said it was kind of like it was a lot like Alien.
Yeah,
but
that's
not
kind of
as-
the vibe the trailer gave off.
Yeah, like it hits, most of the same beats. The finding the alien and then they're not sure what it is, and then even the part where one of them like gets stuck in the room with it and they're like, you have to, let us in, and they're like, no, we have to quarantine it. This is
Surprise,
just,
it's
no, you have to
hostile.
let us in. The guy's gonna die, and it's like, but yeah.
Ah. Well, maybe I'll catch it when I get the chance, but for now, I'll just get hyped for the new Apes movie.
Yeah, well, Power Rangers is where it's at.
Oh yeah.
I'm joking.
I'm not sure if there's any movies coming out that I'm interested in. Look, I guess the new Aliens movie. I guess
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
so
that's
that's
what you guys
no.
are talking about, huh?
Kingsman 2, Kingsman 2, Kingsman 2.
Kingsman.
I don't know what that
Have you not?
It's
Have
a
you not seen
British
the
thing.
first?
Oh.
No,
Oh,
have you
okay.
not? Have you not? No, listen. Have you not seen the first Kingsman? It's amazing.
No.
It's like a kind of like a homage to the old James Bond films, but it's fucking awesome.
No.
It is.
Well, I'm not a huge movie fan, so
There's a scene in it where I don't want to ruin it too much, but it's got Colin Firth in
dude,
it.
I'm
Right?
not going to be watching it. So go ahead.
I had no idea who that actor is.
It's Colin Firth. He's played the King in the King's Speech. That Oscar film a couple years ago. But anyway, so he's in it and he plays the secret agent, right? And Samuel Jackson is like the main villain in it. And he goes to this church, right? And it's like the Westboro Baptist Church. And so he's
Good
there.
times.
And then they basically flip this switch, right? Which makes turns everyone into mindless killing machines. Because the bad guy in it's
come
trying
on,
to
Baptist church. I mean, is
Well, no, listen,
that's a
listen,
stone
the
throw
guy-
away.
listen. The guy wants to the bad guy wants to make it turn everyone into violent killing machines as like a coal, because global warming's killing the earth and he thinks a coal is the only way to save the earth. So anyway, he's testing it out at this Westboro Baptist Church type place, and Colin Firth slaughters everyone in the fucking room, and it's great. Let me see if I can find the scene. Actually, it's on YouTube. But it's a good. It's really
Silence.
no, seriously, it's a good film.
We're all
Kingsman.
waiting with bitter breath.
Oh no,
Mate,
I gotta get going, you guys. It is super late.
no, wait.
no, wait. Okay.
No, you gotta see Colin Firth kill a bunch of people.
Okay.
Yes.
It'll change your life, Mel.
Will,
All
I
right.
promise. There you go.
Just make sure you don't watch it on an overhead projector. Children might be around.
All the children are in bed. They're children been in bed for like an hour now.
Yeah, I was dying when she told that story. It was so good.
Nat, you're gonna fit right in.
It was the best.
Oh.
Tick tock.
I know, right? I was just gonna say.
Warning: this scene is very violent.
Oh, I'm sure.
Is this one also blocked? Is this restricted video on YouTube?
I imagine so.
They fucking restricted PewDiePie of all people. It's like, really?
Is that any great loss?
Well, no, but I keep on.
What the hell?
Like you said in our second to last podcast video.
Every
for the love
shot's a
of
hit.
God, PewDiePie needs to lead the charge and get something else besides YouTube going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody,
Doing
all
of
these
us a
people.
favor. He's the only one who really has that kind of pull.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to be like, okay, everybody start making accounts on this other platform because they actually give a shit about you. He doesn't even have to leave YouTube. He just needs to say, I chose this one because this one seems to be pretty good. And I think there's like vid.me and there's a couple others that are all right.
JonTron.
Oh yeah, John got red pilled on Sargon's video and everybody's up in arms about him.
Ooh. I
Oh,
haven't
what
actually
do you-
looked into that too much yet. That is something I need to do.
Well, what he says is not offensive. He just says that a lot of the public the
Mainstream.
no, sorry.
Got ukulele.
Political correctness has just gone overboard. And that's what basically what he said for 2 hours. And it's things like now who is the one activist in Britain who even said that he was a massive civil rights activist who even says it's gotten crazy?
Oh, Trevor Phillips.
Yes, even Trevor Phillips, someone who's fairly radical in the UK with social justice, even he's like, this has gone nuts.
Well, he made
No, it's
he
gone
made
too
this
far, right?
he made this documentary, Trevor Phillips, called something like things you're not allowed to say on TV that are true, and he basically goes through a bunch of like stereotypes and says actually there's a basis for this, there's a reason why the stereotype exists, like Jews being rich, and he said, well, yeah, actually proportionally, if you compare the amount of Jews in the British population, proportionate number of Jews that are billionaires over here. And he said, yeah, certain ethnic groups do commit different types of crimes. White people are more likely to commit like sort of under influence crimes, like drinking while they're drunk, like crimes.
Incest,
Whereas
Drinking while they're
rape.
drunk crimes.
no, you know what I mean, like crimes that
white people
crimes
are
that crimes that happen when they're drunk. Whereas Romanians are more apt to like pickpocket and things like that. So he said there are bases for these things, and it's a cultural thing. And he said that actually people do tend to prefer segregation, even when you get communities, and people working together that are from different backgrounds. When they go home, they tend to live in the black people will live in areas with other black people, the Asians will live in areas with other Asian people, and there are like different little districts of a town that you go to with different ethnic groups. It's really interesting to watch, actually.
Yeah, but now everyone's saying that JonTron is a Nazi. And it's like, do you people these days even know what a Nazi is?
I really don't think so. They just love to throw it around because it's bad.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's the same reason why they called him a sexist when the whole social what was it, the whole feminist movement on video games happened.
That whole fucking
And
shit.
yeah, and JonTron was called a sexist against women. That
Well,
girl
it's-
gamers should hate him.
It's because what happens is first it's dismissive. Oh, you're just racist. Oh, you're just sexist, etc.
Mhm.
And
No,
that's
they don't even consider the point that he actually tries to make.
and
Well,
so
it's a quick way. It's a quick way of
it's-
shutting someone up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean by dismissive. It just gets a person out of the way, and oh, he's just a this. You can ignore him now. But now, if people are calling you a Nazi, well, in the American psyche, you got Indiana Jones going around punching Nazis. I mean, and Nazis are not great people. Don't get me wrong, but to dismiss people
Hashtag not all Nazis.
but I mean, to dismiss people and their arguments as they're just being a Nazi, well, what it does is it opens up the ability to use political violence
Yeah.
against just thought and speech. I mean, don't get me wrong. That like there's a handful of people I watch. One was Larry Elder, and he's a black conservative, really, really interesting guy to listen to. And he even said, he hates that Nazi who got punched in the face on Inauguration Day. Yeah, him. He hates him though, but still, you shouldn't resort to political violence. I mean, that's just the next.
Yeah, you're stupid
making it
dancing.
worse.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just pouring oil on a fire.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but you kind of add credence to what they're saying because they appear as
The victim.
the oppressed group. Yeah,
We should just punch pedophiles instead.
now that's something we can all get behind.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sign me up.
Sweet.
Wait, does it come with sick days?
I guess so.
Did you guys hear about this guy who was a pedophile when he got let out of jail early so that he could start a family?
Really?
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Did that not raise any red lights or anything?
Wow.
So, anyways, Big Chief, what do you do? Ever notice how this entire conversation just completely devolved?
Yes.
Well, I gotta get going. It's getting very late.
I
All
actually
right,
have to
that's
as well.
fine, Fubu. But
I'm-
tomorrow, let's you, me, and Nat talk about like something like Indigo Man.
Oh, okay, definitely. Yes, and I'm also going to listen to those audio clips.
Yep, I'll forward
That
them
was
to you.
added
If,
to it,
if
yeah.
oh, she already sent to you. Never mind.
Yeah, they're right here in this side thing.
Awesome.
Well, sorry guys, I gotta go, but I love you. Mwah.
Love you
Aw.
too.
Oh, okay.
Annabelle,
Well, you guys take care, okay?
we'll
Bye
try.
bye.
I only use you for your art.
We all know
I'm
that.
joking. We love you.
Oh, okay. Bye bye.
Get back to the basement.
Oh, damn! I gotta go get my chain back on.
I was gonna say I was gonna tighten the chain.
Okay. So
Are you just
guys-
gonna you just kind of have to have it on an automatic reel, and you just kind of kick the lever?
Yeah, just press a button.
It's like one of those drawbridges in those old medieval movies.
Oh gosh.
Did we put a mattress at the bottom? No. Oh, we didn't.
Fubu's just dangling like 6 inches off the ground in front of the sink.
Oh jeez.
She rolled a 1. She really shouldn't have rolled a 1.
Oh gosh, 29 would have been out of here.
You know, it'd be great if someone actually did make a legitimate like misogynist Dungeons and Dragons.
I think they already did. At least someone did make our tabletop RPG like that.
If you roll a 4, you got to forfeit your shoes. If you roll a 6, you're pregnant.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, I remember my friend telling me about a certain tabletop RPG that went way too far.
Well, if you did get pregnant, you could just use a spell and just be like fetus deletus.
Well, on your character sheet, there was an actual number for your penis size, and you had to use it to calculate if you raped someone to death.
Oh my
What?
god.
Yeah. I'd have to look it up the name, but I don't want to.
Matt, should I tell these guys about? I think I told you and Mel this, the train board game that my teacher was telling me about.
Sure.
There's a board game. Okay, so obviously I take game design at college, and bye Mel, and she was telling us about this board game, right, where you play like a train, and you have to make sure that these passengers get from one end of the line to the other. And you keep doing it, and then as the game goes on, you don't realize it at first, but then like halfway through, you realize that the train is actually going to Auschwitz, and the passengers are Jews. But you don't realize until halfway through. So for all you know, you're just trying to make it work efficiently and get as much people on the train as possible. But then halfway through, you're like, oh fuck.
Oh. Well, I mean, but you know, that silence says it all. I mean, you kind of like reflect on that. It's like, oh shit.
Well, the whole point was she told us about it because she said, you know,
You guys are gonna love this.
what? No. She was like, do games like this, would you count them as art if they evoke emotion like this? You know, do games have a responsibility to make you think about the world? You know, like a lot like, you know, films, do they have a responsibility to make you think about larger issues?
I wouldn't, because I have a mindset of trolling people and min-maxing that shit. Let's get most Jews on that train at once. Let us get the high score.
Jesus Christ. Oh, so much for YouTube.
I would power game the shit out of that.
No, seriously, we can get 12 more children on. Hurry up.
We get 12 more children on. We shove a few of those into. We shove a few of them into one corner. We just got to keep. You know, they can survive if they have a few ribs broken. It's fine. Just cram them in there, and we'll get a few more on. Maximum Holocaust. Yes. Oh, I'm a terrible person.
Yeah, but you gotta remember that the top 2 slots still go to Mao and to Stalin, so you know.
Slowly catching up.
High score.
slowly getting there though.
Got the high score on Holocaust crush.
No,
or
seriously,
something.
look, here's the link to the story. I'll post it in the YouTube chat as well.
Jeez.
Oh, I don't think I can actually, but I'll post it in the Google Hangouts thing.
There you go. But Big Chief. So trying to somewhat get back on theme. What do you do and why do you do it?
So, Big Chief, what do you think about Jews?
Yeah, that's a good question now. You can't see it, but I'm looking left and right, and that's the major sign that something racist is about to be said.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, we're done. See ya. We're out of here.
I genuinely, I think I have. I don't know if if there's a correct term for it, but I'm kind of Jew blind because somebody could be the most apparently Jewish person ever, and I won't fucking know.
So they just become John Cena, and you can't fucking see him.
No, not like that. But I mean, I genuinely couldn't tell. I couldn't tell you if a person was Jewish or not.
It's kind of difficult since it's a religion, not a race.
Well, it's
Well,
just
no,
tell-
but you
tell
know,
them
you know
to
how
drop- tell them to
people
drop
are
their
like.
pants.
Well, you know, people like Sarah Silverman. She's obviously Jewish, and then
You just said you were Jew blind. How can she's obviously Jewish?
no, that's what I'm. No, that's what I'm saying. People say, oh, you know, she's Jewish. Ben Stiller, oh, he's Jewish, and I'm just like, they just look like normal people to me.
Natalie, how dare you pretend not be a racist by saying people all are all the same?
How dare you? It can't be about their identity, but be about their identity at the same time.
Remember, Natalie, what we learned from MTV and the rest of these social justice warriors. Even though you have black friends, you're still a racist.
Even if you are black, you say the wrong thing, you're a racist.
No, you're an Uncle Tom. That's the
You're an
difference.
Uncle Tom. You're
Again, like that Trevor Phillips guy, he is black, and he got called a racist just for saying that, oh, just because Obama is black doesn't mean he's immune from any criticism. And people called him a racist for that, and he was like, wow.
Wait, he is immune to criticism? What? What?
Well, again, this guy is the one Natalie's talking about is like a massive figure in British social justice, like more of the down.
He worked with Tony Blair to like do things like to implement affirmative action and stuff like and you know quotas for you know specific races and stuff in education and in the workplace and things like that.
And he's racist now by modern standards. I mean, seriously, get fucked.
It's them turning on their own, man.
You know, it's cannibalistic. It's a cannibalistic thought process. It's cannibalistic. What is it like? It's almost like a religion, really, but it's one that's gonna eat itself alive eventually. So
Eventually, but you know, we can help speed it along.
No, I mean the thing is though and this was in the documentary that I was talking about earlier, that thing that Trevor Phillips did. There was a case in England called I think it was the Rotherham rape scandal, right? Where basically this community within Rotherham is almost exclusively made up of Asian, like sort of not East Asian, like Central Asian, so like Pakistani and all that sort of cluster of land. These men who were in their 40s from that sort of region had like this rape thing going on, this whole undercover rape network where the victims were primarily teenage white British girls, and people would report them constantly, and the police would not do anything about it because they didn't want to be called racist. And this happened over and over again until it was uncovered by like a journalist or a whistleblower or something like that. And these people were specifically, you know, not arrested because of their race. And the girls were targeted because they were white. But you can't say anything about that. You can't, you know, oh, we can't report these Asian people who are raping these white British girls because, oh, we don't want to be called a racist.
Yeah. I swear if things get any worse, fucking It's going to be like Genghis Khan and the Caliphate of Baghdad all over again. And if no one knows the history of that event, I can tell you because it's actually quite interesting.
It's going to get to the point where white people are in the fields picking cotton and being called racists.
No, everyone's going to team up against Islam and just wipe it off the face of the planet. Is more likely is what's more likely going to happen. Because there's this one event in world history where Genghis Khan and his Mongol hordes were going through what is now Asia and Europe. They got to the borders of the Caliphate of Baghdad, and they sent a messenger. Basically, anyone who they would offer peace, you either took peace, or they would be extremely horrendous to you. And the Caliphate and his arrogance, the Caliph and his arrogance, beheaded Genghis's messenger and sent the body and the head back to him. And so, let's see, Genghis descended with his hordes, captured any civilian that was outside of the major walled cities, took those civilians, used them as human shields from the arrow barrages from the cities, and after they ran out of arrows, they used the bodies to fill up the moat in order to get across the moat, chopped off the heads of the corpses, used those heads and in trebuchets or catapults. I can't remember what level of technology we're at that time. Sent that over the walls as their catapult ammunition. And eventually, when they took over the city, they took the Caliph. He was quite a decadent ruler. Basically hoarded gold, basically any currency whatsoever. He basically threw him in the treasury and starved him. And after the Caliph begged so long for food, he basically, Genghis took a plate full of gold, silver, basically stuff from his treasury and threw it in front of him. Said, well, you eat this then. And that's the entire reason the Islamic jihads actually stopped during the time of the Crusades. And it wasn't the Crusaders. It was Genghis fucking Khan.
It was someone even worse.
Who came in from the fucking east because you couldn't accept peace. You would have been like a vassal state, but still, at least, your people would still be alive.
You think the people were like rode the dude out on a rail and said, "Yeah, this asshole doesn't speak for us." But brutal, fucking brutal.
Genghis Khan was not very kind to his enemies. Let's just say that.
Negan.
Negan.
Negan's probably a 1.0 and Genghis Khan's probably a 7.5.
Yeah. No doubt.
But yeah, but what I've heard from a lot of people who've left the religion is that in 10 years Islam is just going to collapse in on itself.
Well, a lot of people who leave the religion, well, not even leave the religion, but just say, yeah, it needs some sort of reformation.
They get a fatwa.
They get, targeted by other Muslims and, sent death threats for even questioning, the religion.
Yeah. And then I love the old false equivalence of, oh, but there's the Westboro Baptist Church. Yeah. 5 people in the middle of Southern America compared to, let's see, according to all major intelligence agencies in the world, 250 million people. So yeah, there's that.
Well, and the people, as horrible as what the Baptist, Westboro Baptist Church people say, all they're doing is talking and protesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, holding up signs at a gay wedding isn't really, on par with stabbing a bunch of people and blowing up buildings and shit.
Or running people over, like when I was in England.
Oh yeah, they're not allowed in Canada. Did you know that?
Well,
we won't
Muslims?
No, the Westboro Baptist Church. We won't allow. Canada won't allow them in.
Hashtag Westboro Baptist Church ban. Let them in.
No, it's because we can't guarantee their safety with limited police force.
They can't guarantee they're going to get an ass kicking.
Well,
I thought that was going to.
that, and we have a lot of farmland to bury them under. So,
You know what I was reading about? You ever read the Charles Dickens book Bleak House?
No.
Do you know what the story is?
Yeah.
Well, it's based on a real case. Basically, what happened in Bleak House is there's this really rich guy, right? And he's really old, but he's really rich. And he's about to sign his will, but he hasn't got his reading glasses. So he goes, okay, I'll just take the will home and sign it there. And he dies on the way home. So he never got to sign the will. So these two people are contesting the will, right? And this case goes on for years and years, like over 50 years. And then the case ends because they ran out of money to fund the lawyers for the case.
Mm-hmm.
And it's based on a real life case. And we're talking hundreds of thousands of, maybe even millions of pounds, all completely gone, spent on lawyers for the case.
There's nothing left to spend.
No resolution.
Nothing else to inherit. The lawyers got everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I had a heart-to-heart with my dad a while back about he just wants to give away everything before he passes away, just so that his family doesn't have to deal with that. If there's any possible chance of that even happening,
Mm.
Like
one person saying it wasn't equal and it causes a in the family.
And basically he just wants to give his inheritance away, let people inherit his things before he dies, just so that it's legitimate and just done. Yeah, no one can debate, no one can fight over it, because
my parents kind of did the same thing. They basically said, okay, here's a list of stuff. You two can put dibs on it right now, and then we're going to decide on it, and it's done.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I remember my buddy telling me a story about his parents, and I know his parents. Their sister, after my buddy Chris's grandmother died, there was this big inheritance battle going on, and what happened was at the funeral, this woman approached my buddy's dad and didn't like what she got for inheritance, and basically asked for a trade, like this was fucking elementary school, and they were trying to trade. She was trying to trade her fucking lunch, except it was her fucking goddamn inheritance at the funeral.
Wow, the gall.
It's just like, yeah, sure, I'll give you my fist.
Yes. Well, some people. That's why I don't even like discussing like the inheritance shit with my own family, is because I just don't like the idea of them not being around.
Yeah, I know.
Guys, but Bernie Sanders just put on Twitter, the reality is that in America, poverty is a death sentence. The wealthiest people live, on average, 10 to 15 years longer than the poorest. And James Woods replied, oh, that's okay. How's your lakeside chateau?
Clap, clap, clap.
And then he also put hashtag Hillary's bitch.
And that's why no one in Hollywood would work with him anymore, because it's uber liberal it's an uber liberal paradise for them, at least. Anyone can.
Doing the Drake wrote, James Wood, FTW, so savage. Just say it, girls. You're already in here.
Kahuna Drake, join us.
Join us.
We love you.
Not platonic.
We also need to wrap up soon, because
we do. I mean, the entire conversation has kind of devolved into racist jokes and news and red pilling and
politics, religion.
Yeah.
We started out so well.
That isn't that the nature of the internet, though? Everything kind of devolves into this. I mean, we're like, let's do something where it's like, we'll put you on the pedestal and be like, hey, what do you do to create? What makes you a creator? And it's like, oh, did you guys hear about the Asian and the It's like, well, there goes another handful of subscribers. Thank you very much.
What did Cinderella say when she got to the ball?
I've heard that one before. How many LA police officers does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I've heard this one.
None. They just beat the room for being black.
Jesus Christ! Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks. Thanks for coming.
I think we're gonna fit right into. I think we're gonna fit right into Minds.com.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm a terrible person.
No, you're just funny.
Why, thank you. I do try.
Anyways, we probably should get this thing kind of wrapped up. So.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yep, it was great, guys. Appreciate the shit out of it. Yeah, I'm glad.
One game I could recommend for couch co-op: Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2. I played it already.
Nah.
Played it. The only thing is Borderlands games are kind of like loot hauls, so they're kind of hard to. It almost has to be something that's like bad, so bad it's great, you know.
Yeah.
But
well, I was just gonna say, you know, get the save editor and cheat like a bastard, but that's okay. Make yourself level 72, give yourself all the best gear, and just fight
4 years later.
fun.
Yeah.
Who's clicking?
Oh, sorry, that was me.
She's working. She's actually doing things.
I'm sorry, I'm not working on things at 5:20 in the fucking morning.
Is it 5:20 there?
Yeah.
Well, why do you think she's lost her filter?
This is what happens. This is like, you know, English people are actually kind of werewolves. The moon comes out and we go from being dignified and buttoned up
to dicks.
Yeah.
Well, you are what you eat.
and it's like the moment the moon turns, you're having a nice cordial conversation. Oh yes, I was just down the street, and then the moon comes out and you're like, oh, you want to fucking go, mate? Hey, you fucking get over here, you god.
Have you heard like English Parliament? It's like fuck off you, and it's like, well, Mrs. Witherspoon, please calm down.
Oh, you fucking wanker. I'm surprised there aren't beer bottles flying at people's heads.
You would be surprised working in the fucking 24-hour McDonald's and being there at 3 in the morning when all the pubs are closed. All the drunk people start pouring out.
Oh god.
I had to clean those fucking toilets.
It was like a war zone.
£5.30 an hour is not worth cleaning those fucking toilets.
I don't know how they got it on the roof, but they got it on the roof.
You walk in and there's just this gigantic brown streak.
Yeah,
it goes
and you're just
all the way from the toilet all the way up to the ceiling and all the way back around like a big U.
Yeah,
you're just looking up at the ceiling, going, "How in the fuck?"
And the door, and you just have the door in your one hand. You're just going, "Shut it, boss. I'm done." What do you mean you're done? I quit. You clean that up because I am not.
Oh, I see the new McChilli range is going down a treat.
Oh, and they brought back the McRib. That's nice. So I can see it right there, right there, right there, right there, and oh god, right there.
You look in the toilet, and there's like a Guardians of the Galaxy's Groot like toy stuck in the toilet and it's covered in shit, and you're like, what the hell did this guy do?
Oh god, he just bought a kid's meal and didn't even bother to take it out of the bag. He just ate it.
Either that or he's using it as a certain type of toy.
And that was just the women's toilets.
Wouldn't it be great to get like some like those Hot Wheel cars that every once in a while McDonald's used to do? Stick it inside of a condom and then tie it off and stick it inside the bathroom and see what people think.
No. Do you know what was weird though? Is that the female toilets was so much fucking dirtier than the men's ones.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. I'm talking used tampons stuck on the wall.
Vampire
looks
feeding
like-
frenzy.
One of them looks like, you remember that scene in South Park, the World of Warcraft episode, where he shits in the fucking bedpan that his mum brings down for him?
It's
It
all
looks like-
normal,
it looks
and then
like
it just
that.
becomes liquid.
It looks like that. I'm not even exaggerating.
Projectile periods.
It was fucking gross.
Guy take it off the wall, and it's just like.
Guys, working at McDonald's changes a person. I thought I liked people until I worked at fucking McDonald's.
Oh, that's just retail in general.
You
You
know,
thought you liked people, and then you have to serve them, and then you want to kill them every single day.
you know when you like take like a champagne bottle and you shake it up and eventually the cork pops and it just goes everywhere. Now imagine if that was a cotton ball.
Working retail made me misogynist. Seriously, women at my job are like the worst customers. They're just shitty and bitchy, and they feel entitled about crap.
You know what? The younger the customer, the more fucking polite they were.
Oh yeah.
The teenagers, they were all like, "Yes, all right, take your time. We don't care." You know, the fucking middle-aged people, fucking hell, were they up their own asses? Obviously, it leveled off when you got to the elderly. They didn't seem to care either. But Jesus Christ, from the fucking late 20s to early fucking 40s.
The worst customers I serve are from my own fucking neighborhood. It's just funny because they're so pretentious, and this friggin' neighborhood used to be a glorified trailer park anyway, so it's like, wow. Yes, you've made it. You're so great.
You know what's funny too is like speaking of trailer parks, you almost have to be racist against your own race. Have you noticed that? Like, I've met like black people, gay dudes, Asians, all these different people, and I fucking hate rednecks because they're the people I grew up with.
Would make sense.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, I guess maybe it's just prolonged exposure to people, and it's like, Jesus Christ. You start hating your own kind.
That is true. I mean, just look at gang violence.
Hate people from the hood.
they have to deal with each other on a daily basis, and while they're killing each other,
Makes it, yeah.
record numbers.
I've seen your stupid ass face for the last 3 years, you motherfucker.
You're fucking dead. I didn't even do anything to you. Yeah, but you're living. That doesn't even make sense. I know. I don't know what to say now.
It's because it's late. All right.
Well, it's only like 10:30 for me, so.
Yeah, same here though, but I'm gonna hang it up pretty soon. But I think the ladies wanted to chat with the Laughing Man for a second, so
Okay, goodbye.
I'll let you go there.
Yay! Yay!
Everybody loves Raymond.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye. Love you all. Thank you.
And that, ladies, is why you never drink tequila.
Or drink weird drinks with toes in it.
Oh yeah, the Canadian drink.
Ugh.
That one bar where there's actually like a mummified toe that you stick in your drink, and you have to drink it. And you have to have the toe touch your lips.
Drink it fast, drink it slow. Your lips have got to touch the toe.
Gross. Fucking why? Anyways, are we good?
So.
Or is there anything else we need to cover?
I don't know. I forgot to talk about my novel or my web series.
You've been waiting in the back seat, just being like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about everything I want to talk about." You know,
I know.
we're kind of doing like a perfect circle here. We've gone all the way around the bend, all the way into the depths of God knows what we just got done talking about. I can't remember half of it.
Well, I hope it doesn't loop back around because I've kind of run out of Irish jokes.
Seem to have plenty of Jew ones, so you're a horrible human being.
You know why?
That's why we
Because
love you.
Jews, because a lot of the Jew jokes come from Jews because they can fucking laugh at themselves.
Yeah, same, like I said, same thing with Irish.
Yeah, Irish people just don't give a fuck in general.
Silence.
Silence.
Aren't
The
you gonna
killers
talk,
of all
aren't you gonna
conversation.
talk about your site? You said you gotta talk about.
Oh yeah, Heavy Rush Media LLC. I need to update it really bad.
The views shared on CCS are not the views of the studio.
I know, it's just like, damn. But I guess I can move forward with my web series now because I actually talked to my other friend Dave, who's ironically the manager at my workplace. We became really good friends over the past couple months. So
Bound chicka well.
not that way, even though my neighbors do talk. They're like,
You gotta
dating?"
earn that promotion, girl.
It's like, no.
Climbing that corporate ladder by sucking that corporate pole.
No. Although it almost was an unproductive night because he was talking like, I was like, are you like a fan of any like video game series? He's like, Devil May Cry was my shit back in the day.
That was a good series.
And so I was like, oh, I have the HD collection. He's like, oh, really? So it's like, yeah, let me show you. So I just popped in the PS3. He didn't fucking let go of that controller for like 2 hours.
Let's go to my place, Devil May Cry, and chill.
Yeah, that's what he pretty much does. He looks over my writing.
It's Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Parody. Play on words.
No, that's our friendship. We just go over to each other's house and just watch fucking Justified in Silicon Valley. It's pretty great.
Silicon Valley is really good too.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next season.
When does that air?
I think, yeah, April this month.
Ooh. Fuck yeah, I've been waiting the whole year to see that.
Along with the last season of Game of Thrones, I guess.
Second
No,
best.
last season of Game of Thrones is going to be in July.
Oh, it is? Okay. I thought it was in April. Yeah, so I can't wait for that. And then it'll be finally over with. And shit, I had like something else I was gonna say, but I forget. I have to go to work tomorrow at like 11 or today.
I'm just playing with the little pig pin that you got me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna say like anything else interesting happened at concert. No, you said NS was kind of hard to understand.
Yeah, well, I mean, Inesh and Gunter were both hard to understand because they had really, really thick German accents. So I was kind of like, I asked him a question, I'm like, so which tracks did you work on that? And he started rambling about he started talking about like how they didn't use all the samples and things that he set up. And he asked me if I bought his latest CDs, and I was like, oh yeah, totally, I love them. And I didn't. Well, I like them, but I just never bought them until right then, and I had to run over to the merch store, the merch table. And so what I did is I ran over to the merch table, right? And we got Nat got me this new pig hoodie because apparently Raymond Watts saw my pig shirt, and he's like, "Oh, where'd you get the pig shirt at?" I'm like, "Oh, it was RaymondWatts.com." He's like, "Oh yeah, they used the wrong font." And I was like, "Oh," and he's like, "Yeah, there's new shirts on the Pig Industries website." And I'm like, "Oh." And he's like, "Yeah, you might want to get a new shirt." And I'm like, "Oh."
Christina's like, I need a pig shirt now.
So Nat got me a new sweater.
He got me
Yeah.
fucking underwear.
It was great. Panties. Yeah, I did get both sets of panties, the Red Raw and Sore and the Find It, Fuck It, Forget It. And so I'm up there buying the panties, right, both of them. And the guy behind the counter was a little effeminate, let's just say. And he's like, "Ooh, who are these for?" I'm like, "Oh, they're for the girl over there." And he's like, "Oh, you just, what did he say?" He said, "It would have been more interesting if I didn't tell him," or something like that.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh God, I can't remember what he said. It was something ambiguous, it was more fun if I was to guess, I think. And I'm like, whoa. But then took pictures with Raymond, took pictures with Inesh and Gunter Schultz. And Inesh, when I took a picture with him, he like wrapped his arms around me and he was like petting my head like I was like he was hushing a baby. And I was like, okay. And then so we get to the show, and it took 3 fucking hours, because there's like 4 bands in front of Pig.
Oh wow, really?
One was Mortis, and another one was someone else never heard of, and there's one before that. So 3 hours later, Pig finally goes up on thing, and Nat and I are wondering whether or not we missed the show, because we're kind of waiting in the lounge area with a couple of the other Pig fans, and we're like, did we miss a show? What's going on? So, anyways, we finally get up there. We watch the show. The show was excellent, louder than hell. It was so fun because when we finally got to Juke Joint Jezebel, everybody was singing the chorus.
Holy shit. Matt, tell them about the bloke in front of you.
Oh my God, Charles Manson. this motherfucker looked like Charles Manson, right? I mean, he looked like I would if I had like longer hair and a goatee. And this guy,
and if you were about 50.
Yeah, if I was like, no, 60, man, this guy was old and gray, and this guy was having a religious experience. He was holding out his hands like a beggar and contorting himself like he's like, like he's a leper seeing Jesus. I mean, he's banging his head and he's doing this religious shit like, he looked like he was possessed. Mm-hmm. And the only thing that was more interesting than that was the chick with the rope hair.
This woman had really thick dreadlocks and she was like head banging and she was hitting everyone around her with her dreadlocks, but she was like unaware. Everyone around her was getting really pissed off because they kept getting hit in the fucking face with her dreadlocks.
Well, no, they weren't dreadlocks. She had them like braided like hair, like ropes. I mean, they look like fucking nylon ropes. And she looked like she was having an orgasm because she had like the leather corset with the tits hanging out and like the short little leather skirt. And I remember that more than the hair, to be honest. And she's bouncing up and down. And I mean, it's just like, oh man, I was like, whoa, she's way into this. So it was very interesting.
Raven Watts kept impaling his arm on my jacket. Had spikes on the shoulders. I felt his arm twitch around me. I was like, oh God, I'm so sorry. No, the venue.
The craziest thing was when we were leaving, Raymond was taking pictures of people who weren't like in the VIP thing. So I kind of squeezed in a little bit and I shook his hand and I said, thanks for an excellent show. And he says, yeah, thanks for coming out, Matt. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he like remembered my name, I was like, whoa, that's amazing. So he was my senpai and I was like a kid in Disneyland.
I love how Raymond Watts remembered your name, but my granddad thought you were called Luke.
What?
Yeah, I show up at their granddad's house or the grandparents' house, and their granddad's like, "Yeah, I really like that Luke guy," and Matt's like, "You mean Matt?" Oh fucking!
Yeah, I don't know. The venue was kind of like whatever. They wouldn't allow you to take pictures because like a gothic industrial fetish bar. So I guess they'd want embarrass the chicks with freaking muffin tops and no ass and leather, which is like the most annoying part.
No, they let us do photos and they let us do video, and Nat has 2 videos. I think he opened with the Diamond Sinners, and then after that it was Sensation, I think. Serial killer thriller.
Yeah, that was part of the song.
No, sorry, I take it back. The second one was The Only Good One's a Dead One, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone was headbanging to that. It was so fun. But Juke Joint Jezebel, the minute that one started, everyone started going ape shit. And then like during the chorus, like if you listen to the KMFDM album and the female vocals, the entire crowd was just like singing along. I mean, it was just that was an experience.
Yeah, that was a pretty.
That
was like probably the song with the most energy in the whole performance.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the entire thing was energy because of Charles Manson standing right behind me, almost running.
No, he's in front of you.
Yeah, sorry, in front of me is what I meant, but he was practically trying to kill me.
I just had a really chill crowd because nobody was like overly weird. It was like pretty relaxed and cool. But yeah, that's kind of funny.
I love how he finished. But after we finished, I just turned to Matt and I went, he likes to point a lot.
Yep.
He was pointing at everybody.
One time he took off his fur jacket and started slapping Gunther on the ass with it in the middle of a song. Oh.
I can't remember what song it was though, but he was he was singing and he was like all getting all like, all like crazy and like really like playing around with Inish a bit, and he almost accidentally knocked Inish like all the way over when he was like playing guitar. But
Wow.
the one thing I was surprised though is who's the drummer? The drummer, the
Oh, I kept calling him Waylon, but it's Galen.
Galen, yeah.
Wailing, yeah.
Well, the worst part was Enesh and Raymond had a pretty big following. Gunter Schultz had, his following. What's his name? Z. Shit. The other dude, the guy who is Raymond's new cohort, Zmar. Zmar had a pretty decent following, but no one was talking to the poor drummer. I mean, maybe it's because he looked like everyone else who was just in the VIP area, but he was like sitting at a table and nobody was talking to him. So I walked over and I shook his hand. I'm like, listen, man, the Gospel is a solid album and thanks for, being a part of this. And he's like, yeah, man, thanks. And I'm like, we'll have to go talk to Raymond again. Well, I mean, I was like, oh my God, this poor guy is like up there, especially when he's like drumming for like Juke Joint Jezebel. He's giving it his all, and this poor guy just wasn't getting any respect. But anyways, we leave. We're standing outside in the hallway outside the venue, and Ash walks over and he just like puts his hand on my head, and because I buzzed my hair really short, he put his hand on my head and just started like rubbing it as he walked by, and I'm like, something I should know about him or something, or. But no, it was great.
He wanted to rub your other head, but
no.
Is it sort of like tapping your foot in the men's restroom? Is that kind of what that is?
I just remember who were the other people? Who were the other band again? Mortis. Was it Mortis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they pretty good? Because it sounded good. We had Peter Goes Pirate, and I didn't think they were that great. No offense, but this wasn't me.
Morris is pretty good. I recognized a handful of their songs though, but man, they did have a good beat. But anyways, Matt, you're saying?
Well, what I was going to say was we were sitting there and they had like a bunch of leaflets around for the venue, and they were advertising in May. Skinny Puppy were doing a thing.
Ooh.
I know, Skinny Puppy. My second favorite.
It was weird because you were saying about an hour before, like, we could be good to see like Skinny Puppy live, and all of a sudden there was this leaflet that said, "Oh, by the way, Skinny Puppy."
That'd be neat. Some other people were talking about their experiences going to different bands and stuff like that. It was funny though, because one chick, she's like a mom, she's like, I don't know if I should introduce my daughter to pig music because it might be a little bit too mature. No, just ease her into Skinny Puppy, be all great. It's like industrial parenting advice.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I'm just thinking of all the gore performance they do, and it's like, whoa, why? I don't know.
I thought that was an interesting suggestion too. I was like, huh.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they've done stuff like what's that faux snuff film, Guinea Pig in Japan?
Yeah.
That movie Guinea Pig. They showed that in like a clips of it for their concert, and people like really, really started getting uncomfortable. And for them, that's pretty surprising, because have you ever seen that the Assimilate video from I can't remember what it was. 87 concert live of Assimilate. It's on YouTube, and at the end Nivek Ogre like jokers himself.
I don't think I remember that. I have to check that out.
I'll find a link. I have a bookmark here somewhere.
But Zmar was probably the most elusive person to try to find. My mom kept thinking he was like one of the roadies, so she kept asking him his real name. He's like, Greg.
Greg.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how he said it too. I was like, no, that's Zmar. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, Inesh was kind of funny, but I just think he was just having fun, just drinking beers and talking to people. But they actually were really patient and really showing some love to their fans and stuff. I mean, they just talked like for a long time, like after the show was done wrapping up. They're sitting at the bar and people just coming up talking to them about random stuff, and it was like, yeah, cool, and all this other kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was, Raymond was surprising because he actually like actively engaged. He'd ask, you say like I'm an editor, and that's like I create games, and he's actually asking questions. And yeah, my kids just can't get enough playing those games. Maybe you should talk to my kids after the show, and all that kind of stuff. And this one dude was like, yeah, I was a heroin addict for 5 years, and Raymond's like, yeah, I could talk ages about this. I did this, and coming down, getting clean is the best thing that's ever happened, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, whoa. So, I mean, when it comes to like fan engagement, Raymond really appreciates his fans. It was really surprising. And a couple of the people from the VIP things came in like an hour late. And then all of a sudden, Raymond Watts comes walking back into the lounge, and he finds these people and sits and talks with them. I mean, he made damn well sure that, if you got your VIP ticket, you're going to talk to him. It was very surprising. Eye-opening.
Yeah, it is really sweet. And then like I just wish I probably asked him more questions, like what he would consider working on. Like
I was terrified of asking him too many questions. I mean, I was like, yeah, I do this, and yeah, I love your music, followed you for 20 years. From the States, I keep missing your show, and oddly enough, I was in the UK when you were in Seattle, and back and forth. And I. Eventually, he was talking. I'm like, I should probably like, be a little bit Sphinx-like, and try not to be like the crazy fan guy, and be like, yeah, it's excellent meeting you. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm glad to see you again. See you touring finally. Glad you're making music. I'll let you, get on with other people.
I'm just weird when I meet like famous people because I don't want to really eat up their time, or if somebody else wants to do something, like talk to them, I just let other people do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I just worry about like talking people's ears off, like we're doing right now. How we have like only one person left in this entire chat. So
it's nice to talk. Kind of by myself in this town, unfortunately. So just Christina and Dave, pretty much, who I talk to. Everybody else is like long distance relationship, pretty much.
Yeah, sounds pretty familiar.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like, you're in Pennsylvania, I'm in South Carolina. It's like, we're collaborating on a video game. It's so crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But it just works out that way, I guess.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what'd you guys think of? Have you read my outline yet?
Yeah, I looked over it.
Thoughts? I mean, nothing specific. I'm trying to keep that vague, but I mean, like, does it prattle on? Are you confused yet?
It actually kind of helps explain some stuff. Sorry if I interrupt you, but like for the chapter 1, where I was kind of confused on certain things you had mentioned, but then the outline kind of helped explain that. Like I said, I think I'm just gonna look at the chapters like just as they are by themselves without knowledge of the outline, and then look at the outline, kind of see if I get more context from it and see how that kind of matches up, so I don't lose that first time reader effect to it.
Fair enough.
I already said I'm making an email right now, so.
She ripped me apart. First thing Christina said when she started reading my outline or my writing is, people call me a bitch, so I'm just letting you know. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm like, no, that's fine. I like that.
Well, you'll see that here.
Don't get too proud of your outline yet, you bastard.
I know. I tell her because she's gonna beta read my novels. Like, just be brutally honest if something doesn't work out for you.
Well, I like someone who has, they're obviously not trying to like tear you apart just to be mean, but they're going to give you their full opinion, and I appreciate that. Just because the worst thing you can ever do is candy coat something. Have you guys ever seen that movie? That movie Whiplash?
I haven't.
J.K. Simmons.
Whiplash sounds familiar. I don't know if I've seen it.
It's about the drummer, and the guy who plays Jonah Jameson in the original Spider-Man movies is the teacher of the drum class.
No.
Oh, well, it's great. The guy's basically like a drill sergeant. I mean, he's like a very abusive music teacher. And you're just like, why is this guy torturing these poor kids? And then at the very end, you understand why he's doing it. And the speech he gives is that basically he talks about a famous jazz musician, saxophonist, who was humiliated, and the humiliation of being bad is what forced him to practice and become the greatest saxophone player of all time. And he's like, can you imagine what would happen if, like, maybe after that show where he wasn't so good, he, someone came up to him and said, hey, it wasn't all that great, but, you still did a pretty good job, right? And he's like, yeah, I did a pretty good job. Good job. And he'd just go home and that'd be the end of it. He had never become that great musician. He'd never become that great saxophone player. And J.K. Simmons, the character, just says, there's been no words more destructive in the English language than good job. So it's pretty interesting. It's kind of philosophy I kind of like. I mean, not
You know what else is interesting? It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning here.
Well, then go.
We'll just keep it going for another hour or so.
I mean, night's young. It's only 12:47. Why not?
It's only 10:47 here.
I mean, I don't usually go to bed until like 4 more hours, so I'm good.
Yeah.
I better probably get going to bed too. I've been trying to go to bed early, wake up early.
But back on your writing,
oh,
I would rather be brutally honest and have you hate me in the end than
and improve my
sugarcoat it and
craft.
have you, yeah. I can see the potential it has, and I'd rather sit here and berate you over what you do wrong and have you fix it than say, it's good. It could use a little work.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. And end up being like totally subpar.
What confuses me is you keep saying your old work was really bad, but I was engaged. I read through it. It was pretty good.
Well, I think probably one of the reasons why the old work worked better is because I could project myself into the position easier. I mean, I wasn't like creating something out of thin air. I mean, I was kind of living. I could put myself in the place a lot easier, but also the fact that there was dialogue, the fact that there's character interaction in that first chapter of the old stuff I sent you versus the first chapter of the new stuff I sent you, where it's basically supposed to be alone. This complete isolation is what is supposed to be projected.
Which you said. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's just really, really hard to write and not do exposition and try to create a character out of somebody who's supposed to be a blank slate and supposed to be alone and be essentially a nothing and a nobody, because what's going to happen is eventually that character is going to almost become a head of a cult.
Matt?
Yeah.
We need to, I'm not saying end the conversation, but we should at least go offline now.
Okay, fine.
Just because otherwise we're going to be releasing a wild cards where it's just like a 20-minute long discussion about a book that nobody knows about.
Not yet. Oh,
I said we can continue this.
Everybody else got to talk about their stuff, and it's my turn to talk about mine.
Yeah, but
yeah, you're right. We'll stop it.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep.